Me say how we are gonna do this. Oi, ready? Ha ha ha. Ready? Oi. Me say how we are gonna do this. Yes. Oi. Sit down there. 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 Oi. Sit down there. Oi, sit down. Sit down there. Sit down there. Sit down there. Boy, boy, boy. Boy, boy, boy. Sit down there. 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 Watch you, we keep them on. Did we keep them on? Me say how we are gonna do this. Oh yes, yes, me say how we are gonna do this. Oh yes, now Jesus, boy, watch out, watch out. Now worry about the wicked them now. Now worry about the wicked them. Tell them neighbor, come. Now worry when they talk about you. Now worry when they tell life on you. Now worry they walk over upon you. Now worry what them say about you. Just catch it on the balance wheel. 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 Jesus on your balance. Boy, trouble. Watch out. Watch you, we keep them all. Say we keep them all. Let's go now. Hey. Watch you, we keep them all. Say we keep them all. Let's go now. Me say how we are gonna do this. Oi, ready? Ha ha ha. Ready? Oi. Me say how we are gonna do this. Yes. Oi. Sit down there. 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 Oi. Sit down there. Oi, sit down. Sit down there. Sit down there. Sit down there. Boy. Sit down there. 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 Watch you, we keep them all. Did we keep them all? Me say how we are gonna do this. Oh yes, me say how we are gonna do this. Oh yes, now Jesus, boy, watch out. Now worry about the wicked them now. Now worry about the wicked them. Tell them neighbor, come. Now worry when they talk about you. Now worry when they tell life on you. Now worry they walk over upon you. Now worry what them say about you. Just catch it on the balance wheel. 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 Jesus on your balance.
The scale of dealing with anti-corruption issues. So there is a learning curve that we are going through. What is important is that the government supports the development of the institution so it can accelerate very quickly on that learning curve and provide the resources so that they can move very quickly on the learning curve, and that the government does not intervene or interfere. And that message goes to the opposition as well. Leave the anti-corruption and policing agencies to do their jobs. I know why you come to me with that foolishness, you know. You elect a prime minister, and he's a prime minister around the country. It is time we learn to hold our leaders accountable for their actions and stop making excuses for them. Stop making excuses. Otherwise, go elect the people who really run in the country. And I don't want the right kind of stupid argument. Hold the people you elect accountable and stop making excuses for them.
Hello, welcome. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to everyone. Happy Tuesday to our silent supporters. Happy Tuesday to those on television. Happy Tuesday to everyone in the chat. Thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate your continued support. Remember, guys, when you come in, thumbs up the live, share us out if you can. And if you're new to the channel, please show us some support by subscribing. That will be greatly appreciated. Tonight's topic is Billions Rob with your host, Mystic Sensation, which is Baron and Anne-Marie. We also have Melting Pot, and we should be joined shortly by Miss Daisy. I am just going to say an umbrella welcome to everyone because the chat is already gone. I trust everyone had a wonderful weekend and having a wonderful start to the week and looking forward to Emancipation Day coming up, and also our Independence Day is coming up in short order. So without any delay, I am going to hand over to Byron, and he will start the discussion.
All right. Thank you, Lady Mystic, for that. I want to make sure that tonight, my voice, my vocal has the strength. However, tonight we are going to delve deep as it relates to Dushyant Savaria and Andrew Holness. And Melting Pot and myself, we have been investigating Dushyant Savaria pretty much more than a year. And, we have put together some serious evidence that we are going to show Jamaica as it relates to Dushyant Savaria and Andrew Holness, partners in crime. And I use the term partner in crime because we have the facts to prove. A year ago, our investigation, right, also revealed Amber Holding Network, which we are going to show our Jamaican people. And let me say this. Dushyant Savaria is, without any form of apology, right, washing billions of dollars. I want Jamaica to listen tonight because we are going to prove it. Dushyant Savaria has been washing billions of dollars for Andrew Holness. I have told people that Dushyant Savaria by himself owns nothing. And Andrew Holness is the face that Dushyant Savaria represent. And so then Dushyant Savaria is a front. We have the evidence to prove tonight. So we are going to go through bits and pieces in a very chronological way, and where no one can deny it.
Dushan Savalia and Andrew Jones had mixed up in graphic corruption, money laundering, and of course, election fraud. The utilization of the Pegasus software. We are going to link all of that for you tonight. Show you clear evidence. And so then, without any delay, I'm just going to have Brother Melting Pot just meet and greet before I begin what I want to do as it relates to this investigation tonight. So, Brother Melting Pot, please go ahead, my brother, meet and greet.
It says he's not hearing. You're not, oh, sorry, I muted. Unmute. Why is he muted? Hold on. Unmute from your end.
Unmute.
It's not me.
Okay, this. All right.
Oh, so, your mic, what it's saying is, if you're hearing me, it's saying your mic is not connected. So it's not from my end, it's from your end.
Go in your settings, Melting Pot, and connect your mic. Right. Tonight is a night that we can't miss any at all. We have to sharpen the gun. Right? So you have that corrected?
He's working on it.
Okay. Meanwhile, Melting Pot is working on that. Right? I am going to begin because we have a lot to cover. And more unlikely, right, Melting Pot will sit and observe, and Daisy likewise when Daisy comes in. So I want to shape the background. So then, as it relates to context matters. Some time ago,
okay, it's there now.
Okay, so Melting Pot, let me have your meet and greet your people.
Can hear now? Okay.
Blessings.
Blessings.
Microphone check 1, 2.
Sound loud.
Sound loud.
Yes, my people, greetings and blessings once again, Melting Pot in the studio with Mystic and Lady Anne Marie. And you don't know at the Tuesday night edition, Mystic Sensation Live. So I just want to say enough love and respect to everyone tuning in tonight, It's a pleasure to be here once again, sharing the space in your company. And to all the fans in the UK, Canada, and America, down in Barbados, Sister Winnie, big up yourself, and the rest of the Caribbean island, enough love and respect. Down in the South Pacific, Australia, New Zealand, enough love to those fans as well. And people in Africa, big up on yourself because I know not tune into Mystic. And the wider European community, enough love and respect same way. And with people in Jamaica, we salute you, So it's a worldwide global show where I promote on a weekly basis. Yeah, so we have to come and touch everybody. Yeah. And to the communities them, big up on yourself same way. Tonight is a night where we are going to touch some real hot topic. Something where we are, put out there from a longer time, but it never get the look in where it forget. But in recent days, it will get the prominent look where it forget. So we are come back now, come re-emphasize what we have said from original. Yeah, so I just want to stay tuned, big up on yourself. Whatever you have on the side, just relax, because Mystic I go take on you down memory lane tonight. Yeah. So I just show that up.
All right.
Blessings.
And blessings, Melting Pot. And let me warn for persons, right? I would wish for persons not to call in right now until I fully presented the background and allow the panel to speak on it, and then after people can call. So I will not be answering any call that coming in because I don't want to cut the program, right? I don't want to cut, right, in terms of me maintaining focus in delivering what needs to be delivered tonight. So I'm not going to take any calls, right? So we'll be going through, right? And we will tell you when we will take calls. So Jamaica, yes, once again, welcome to Mystic Sensation. I want to begin tonight, right, within the chronological sequence and put in context to purpose. Some time ago, Comrade KD Knight, had spoken to Jamaica, all of us, right, locally and in the diaspora. And he warned Jamaicans of his observation. Now, KD Knight is someone who is well measured, right? And so then he's going to speak in such regards. And I'm going to give you a memory of what KD Knight had spoken about. Without any delay on it, let us have them listen to what KD Knight has to say, and then we get down into the juggling. But this goes to show you that the criminality is so emboldened, right? And so then KD Knight has to speak on it. So let us listen to what KD Knight has to say.
People don't seem to understand this part of it. Money is not easy to come by. You ask people for donations and so on. They give you some. I don't want to tell you who was Oswest's largest donor. I don't want to tell you who gave him the most money. But I'll tell you this. Much of the money that the Labour had spent in this election was money that they stole from the people themselves. They stole that money and they stored a part of it to use in buying votes. It is not through the generosity of others that they were able to get the whole set of money that they had. This was as a result of them stealing $14 billion from the public purse. 14 billion, that's $4.6 million from every single Jamaican, including the baby, including the beggar who was to pay GCT. And then they took it and they bought my black brothers and sisters. This is a return to slavery. That's what it is. But this time is not the white man buying the black man. It's the black man putting up himself for sale to anybody, whether black or white. My brother, we are going to regret this. I will be gone. I will be gone. But black people going to regret it, because the time is coming when not one single person coming out of Northeast St. Catherine will be able to become a member of parliament. Not one. Only the rich, the very rich, will be able to become members of parliament, to plunder the public purse some more and steal some more and let themselves get richer. I'm told that Michael, man, the time gone. My God, my God, why hast thou forsaken us?
Amen. I chose to begin with that to sensitize our Jamaican people and, you know, what we'll be doing tonight. And tonight is very critical for all of us. Some of the things that I'm going to reveal is going to be shocking. We are going to run parallel as it relates to what Comrade PD Knight had said and brought the evidence to the people. The truth about the matter, it's not billions of dollars that they had robbed. Dushi and Savadia and Andrew Holness had robbed trillions of dollars. Yes. And we are going to show evidence of it tonight. But before we go into that, let us just have Sister Daisy meet and greet, because as I said, classroom settings, and when I start, I'm going to take some time before I bring in the panel. So let us have Sister Daisy meet and greet. Sister Daisy.
Greetings, Byron, and greetings, Anne-Marie. Melting pot. Welcome, my brother.
I'm here, sister. I'm here.
Yeah, good to see you. And to everybody in the chat, a blessed Tuesday evening. You know, earlier I was listening to your opening where you played Andrew Holness hiding the speaking in support of the Integrity Commission and chiding the opposition to leave the Integrity Commission to do their work.
Yes.
How ironic, it's not the opposition that is preventing the EIC from doing their work, it's the Prime Minister himself. It's the Prime Minister himself.
So true. All right, Sister Maria. Let me just have you relax, sit back, and we are going to begin. Jamaica, we are going to put context to bear. Now, the Auditor General had made Jamaicans known that $1.4 billion that was collected from various donors was held for more than 9 months with the intent not to deliver, but the intent was to steal. That is my word. That is not the Auditor General word. Holding this money for 9 months. And what we now know would have confirmed the first red flag that ICE by the Auditor General giving us warning, but so emboldened that Andrew Holness is, and Dushi and Savadia. They said no one can stop them. Well, we're going to expose them tonight. No one can stop them. Now, let us bring up what the Auditor General quickly reflect to us. And we are going to show that reflection, no, where everyone knows. And so, let us just give a quick reflection of that, because I want people to just bear the time with me. Let me go through, because we have some serious things tonight to discuss. Context of the 1.4 billion donations. The audit findings and Auditor General report revealed that only a small fraction, about 1.8%, or 26 million of the 1.44 billion donated following Hurricane Melissa had been spent months after the disaster. Only 26 million. And the larger portion, right, held back. Just to refresh the brain in terms of where we are going. But I'm going to show you something, Jamaica, of how emboldened Andrew Holness was in coming out and said what he said, knowing what he was going to do. And this is what he said to show you how emboldened Andrew Holness is.
The criticism on the ground. The criticism was that we are going to thief the money. You remember that? They spread that all around, including in international circles. You know, so a man think it. The people who were making those criticisms, they were in power once, and that is what they did. So they think, well, what happened now? The Auditor General come out and say, well, the money is there, but they didn't spend it fast enough. You see the context now? The money was stolen. The money is there. And for those who are going to apply common sense to it, yes, it's common sense, but think deeply. In the immediate aftermath of the hurricane, tons of immediate humanitarian relief came in. Food items, generators, tarpaulins, all kind of things came in.
So when them there.
What was the real problem? The problem was the things. What was the problem? The problem was the logistics and the process to identify people to make sure that is the needy that get it and not the greedy. So you have what you need, and then you're going to take $1.4 billion that is given and go and buy more things. You think you would get it any faster going through that process? You think the trucks that we would have to put it on would get there ahead of the trucks that we took from the wharf with the goods to carry here? Think.
Stop.
Think.
Take the criminal away. Take the criminal
Take it away from it.
away, yes. Disgraceful.
May I say something here before you move on, Byron?
Okay, go ahead.
Just what the Prime Minister said, that they said it was said that they mustn't give them any money because they're going to steal it. That is still being said. Because guess what? In the PAC meeting today, it was revealed that Beryl's money is yet to be spent.
Exactly.
And with that, there are no receipts showing how much money was collected.
Yes.
So the Prime Minister has proven everybody correct when they said, do not send it to the government because it will not be accounted for. So he just shot himself in both feet. And you know, if God was like man, he would have just strike him same place with those lies.
Right.
Continue, my brother.
Right then and there. So despicable to listen to him, to listen to the criminal, knowing very well that even after the Auditor General flagged him, what he had done, he had now used Dushi and Savadia to steal the money. Now, this is the viciousness of it all. And I would like to have, Dean Jackson Miller speak on this matter. To the fact now that what we are looking at, that the people who suffered will not get the assistance of what Andrew Holness and Dushi and Savada had done. There's a reason why I am calling their names. Now, Jamaica, let me play the next clip for you to listen. And then we get deeper into this investigation tonight. because what we are going to reveal tonight.
Security experts are this evening alarmed by the revelation that the government of Jamaica does not own the Support Jamaica website used to collect donations for victims of Hurricane Melissa. This follows the stunning revelation by the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM, and questions about confidentiality and access to the data. Details from Andrea Chisholm.
As at February 2026, about $1.4 billion was collected through the Support Jamaica website to help hurricane victims. When persons make donations, they have to give their names, email addresses, contact numbers, and card information. The website clearly states that it was developed and donated by the Amber Group.
Can you tell me who currently owns that website? The Support Jamaica website. I know it would have been created by a private developer on behalf of the government, but what's the current status of it?
So the private developer still owns the website. The agreement is an SS, and forgive me if I forgot the meaning of it, but primarily it is they develop the website and then offer us the service. So we have 1 year's free service to the portal.
Do we have a formal agreement with that?
We do have a formal agreement in place. In the initial phases of it, for the rapid development and deployment of the website, yes, there wasn't the necessary agreement in place, but we had subsequently regained on that and caused for an agreement to be signed governing that website and its mechanisms.
When one cybersecurity expert was asked their opinion on the matter, they said, quote, "This is a clear breach of best practice. The website should have been handed over to the government. It is a part of the national infrastructure, collecting money on behalf of the government. From a security perspective, it makes logical sense," end quote. Another cybersecurity expert says they are not aware of the contractual arrangements with the Amber Group and the government, but ideally, government's internal developers could build the application, conduct security testing to ensure privacy and protection of the data, deploy the application to government's private cloud or internal infrastructure, then push to the public space. That way, quote, "all security, all data, all hosting arrangements would be owned and managed by government," end quote. Back at Parliament's Public Accounts Committee, ODPEM's Director General, Commander Alvin Gale, said both the developer and ODPEM would have access to the data as per the privacy statement.
There's a requirement in the data protection agreement concerning once we are using the platform, the modalities around how the information should be scrubbed, and the assurance is given to us that the matters are indeed removed from their access.
Does ODPEM have a process where you
would
know whether the developer
Let me talk to Jamaica.
accesses?
I want to speak to Jamaica. Let me talk to Jamaica. Jamaica has a lot of persons who technically savvy, far away more advanced than Lucian Savaria. Far away advanced than Lucian Savaria. I used to work at a particular place, and I used to work with several of those people when I was in Jamaica. And so then, why Lucian Savaria? Lucian Savaria is important because of the links that Lucian Savaria has, right? Both in Israel and in Russia. We know of those links. And we know about the Pegasus spyware. So Jamaica, I want you to put on your thinking cap tonight. This is where I'm going. And I'm going to show you evidence of a graphic failure that Lucian Savaria had done to leave an open window for the information to be collected by Israel agents who are in Jamaica. Jamaica, you need to know that there's a lot of things going on in Jamaica as it relates to Andrew Wallace and the level of criminality. But let me just bring out the facts to show Now, let us go to the COVID. And this is what I want to ask Jamaica. Common sense. If you have a company, if you employ a company, and that company failed big time in terms of not protecting the system, the question that I want to ask Jamaica, would you allow him again to develop another situation and where it happens not once, not twice, but 3 times? Dushi and Savadia had given access to Israeli agents. We are going to show revelation. A lot of people don't understand. I know I'm going to show evidence where the Amber Group, Dushi and Savadia, for the 25 election, I am going to show you evidence of where Amber Group, so-called Amber Group, sponsored $5 million to Andrew Holness. A lot of people don't know that information. We have it all here tonight to show you what is happening. We found billions of dollars that taken from SSL, billions of dollars that robbed. We found it in Amber Holding. We are going to show that evidence. So let us look and to show you the first failure. But even although he failed, what happened? Andrew Holness still use him. Because why Andrew Holness still use him? Let me say this. What Dushi and Savadia is operating, Dushi and Savadia is operating Andrew Holness business. Dushi and Savadia is not operating any religious tycoon from India. No. And I'm going to show the evidence tonight. For those who saying that is Dushi and Savadia, right, is operating under the influence of the Indian religious leader. No. No, nothing like that. Far away from that. Dushi and Savadia is running Andrew Holness business. Everything that Dushi and Savadia owns, Jamaica. Remember now, I've been speaking about Dushi and Savadia for more than a year ago now. And now he's coming to light. Right? Did I wrong then? No. Am I wrong now? No. Now I'm going to show you. Dushi and Savadia is operating Andrew Holness business. Vivo that take over NNN. Andrew business. Everything that Dushi and Savadia have owns nothing. People, I want you to listen to me. I'm going to prove it with the evidence tonight. Dushi and Savadia owns nothing. Dushi and Savadia is a front. Now, let me show you how Jamaica failed to handle its COVID scandal, and this was picked up, right, by a security team in the United States, TechCrunch. Let us get that information. TechCrunch. How Jamaica failed to handle its COVID. We are going to tell you that they did not fail, right? They acted deliberately. Here it is, how Jamaica failed, right? Amber Group claimed it faced cyber attacks. Nothing like that. False and misleading, right? Amber Group claimed it faced cyber attacks. In reality, the app was just not that secure. Zach Whitaker, right? But Zach Whitaker, that was left deliberately by Dushi and Savadia, right? Processing data, right? To manipulate the election. Now, as governments crumble, and this is TechCrunch, as governments scramble to lock down their populations after the COVID-19 pandemic was declared last March, some countries had plans on the way to reopen. By June, Jamaica became one of the first countries to open its borders. Tourism represents 1/5 of Jamaica's economy. In 2019 alone, 4 million travelers visited Jamaica, bringing thousands of jobs to its 3 million residents. But as COVID-19 stretched into the summer, Jamaica's economy was in free fall and tourism was its only way back, even if that meant at the expense of the public health. Now, the Jamaica government contracted with Amber Group, a technology company headquartered in Kingston that owned by Andrew Holness, the secret partner, to build a border entry system allowing residents and travelers back onto the island. The system was named Jam COVID. This is Andrew Holness' business and was rolled out as an app and a website to allow visitors to get screened before they arrive. To cross the border, travelers had to upload a negative COVID-19 test result to Jam COVID before boarding their flight from Irish countries, including the United States. The Amber Group CEO, Dushyant Savadia, boasted that his company, which is Andrew Holness' company, developed Jam COVID 3 days, and that it effectively donated the system to the Jamaican government. You don't donate the system to the Jamaican government. It belongs to Andrew Holness, which in turn pays Amber Group for additional features and customization. Andrew Holness is paying himself using taxpayers' money. The rollout appeared to be a success, and Amber Group later secured contracts to roll out its border entry system, right, to at least 4 other Caribbean islands where we see this before. We have seen this before, Andrew Holness in the Ministry of Education, when he uses influence to award millions of dollars of contract to Gavin, and the Integrity Commission investigators flagged him for that. Now, Dushyant Savada replaced that. Now, Andrew Holness can't fool no one. But last month, TechCrunch revealed that the Jam COVID exposed immigration document, passport numbers, and COVID-19 lab test result, and close to 500,000 travelers, including many Americans who visited the island over the past year. Amber Group had set the access to the Jam COVID cloud server to public. This was done deliberate. This, Jamaica, was done deliberate by Dushyant Savadia, because what they are in, they are fishing for information to manipulate, right? And so then, of course, these, you're going to find out later that these are some of the way Pegasus function by doing what? Generate data, right? And so then access information and use it to manipulate general election. You are going to see and hear the builder for Pegasus telling you the very same thing that is happening here, or they utilize information to manipulate. This is what Dushyant Savadia had done, right? And Andrew Holness, allowing anyone to access its data from their web browser. Whether the data exposure was caused by human error or negligence, neither human error or negligence. This was done deliberate. It was an embarrassing mistake for a technology company and by extension, the Jamaican government. Let me tell you something, Jamaica. This was a deliberate action. And so that is the reason why, again, to show it was a deliberate action, he had done it more than once. It is not one time. It is not one time Dushyant Savadia, right, allow this to happen. And Andrew Holness still use him because obviously it's Andrew Holness' business. And that might have been the end of it. Instead, the government response became the story. Listen, by the end of the first wave of coronavirus, contact tracing apps were still in their infancy, and few governments had planned in place to screen travelers as they arrive at their borders. It was a scramble for government to build or acquire technology to understand the spread of the virus. Guess what? Jamaica has savvy persons who is more savvy than Dushan Savadia. Right? That they could use. But as I said, it's Andrew Warner's business, and Dushan Savadia is his partner in crime. Jamaica was one of a handful country using location data to mirror travelers, prompting rights groups to raise concern about privacy and data protection. As part of an investigation into a broad range of these COVID-19 apps and services, TechCrunch found that JamCovid was storing data on an exposed passwordless server. Who does that? Who does that? Wish. I mean, technological savvy person would have done that. This was deliberately done by Dushyant Savadia. Now, let me show Jamaica the evidence in terms of what I'm talking about. Here's the evidence. Let me just close out this. This is what TechCrunch is saying. This wasn't the first time TechCrunch found security flaws or exposed data through our reporting. Listen, Jamaica. This is what TechCrunch is telling us. This wasn't the first time TechCrunch found security flaws or exposed data through our reporting. It also was not the first pandemic-related security scare. Now, look at this, Jamaica. When I'm telling you what is happening with Dushan Savadia and Andrew Warner's Israeli spyware maker, NSO Group left relocation data. Jamaica, I am warning you that this was done deliberately because Andrew Warner's administration is now tied with the NSO Group. So let me this is how we connect them. So let me read it out for you. This wasn't the first time TechCrunch found security flaws or exposed data through our reporting. It also was not the first pandemic-related security scare. Israeli spyware maker NSO Group left real location data on an unprotected server. This is what they are doing. Some of these persons who are working close now, right, in our electoral office, this is what they are doing in manipulating our general elections. This is very serious, Jamaica. That it used for demonstrating its new contact tracing system. And giving an example, Norway was one of the first countries with a contact tracing app, but pulled it after the country privacy authority found the continuous tracking of citizen location, you understand, was a privacy risk. I want to know, as it relates to the leaked vice note, what mechanism did they get to talk about the leaked vice note? Remember, Darrell Valls said it plain that nothing is in hiding. Nothing is private. Darrell Valls, because Darrell Valls know. Darrell Valls know. Just as we have with any other story, we contacted who we thought was the server owner. We alerted Jamaica Ministry of Health to the data exposure on the weekend of February 13, the Ministry of Health. But after we provide specific details of the exposure to the ministry spokesperson, Stephen Davison, we did not hear back. Because guess what? He realized that TechCrunch found out what they are doing. So he's not going to report back to TechCrunch. He's going to tell Andrew and I said, listen, a little leak is there. We have to cover it. We have to cover it. So here's TechCrunch is telling us, Jamaica, that TechCrunch did not hear back. 2 days later, the data was still exposed. Now just imagine that TechCrunch reach out to them. Listen, Jamaica. Let us make this make sense. TechCrunch reach out to them and say, listen, this is happening. You're exposing people information where anyone can take it. This ought not to be done. TechCrunch said, we did not hear back. 2 days later, guess what? It's still exposed. After we spoke to 2 American travelers whose data was spilling from server, we narrowed down the owner of the server to Amber Group. Now, people, now, bringing up evidence to you, we contacted its chief executive, Savadia, on February 16, who acknowledged the email but did not comment. He's not going to comment. He caught red-handed. He caught red-handed, Jamaica. He has no comments. And the server was secured about an hour later. So just imagine it. They first spoke to the Ministry of Health, and they did nothing about it. They tracked it and found out that Amber Group is the creator. And when they spoke to Amber Group, spoke to Dushan Savadia, an hour later, he secured it. He didn't want to do that because that should left open, right, for the manipulation and the exploitation of the Jamaican people. We ran our story that afternoon after we published. The Jamaican government issued a statement claiming the lapse was discovered on February 16 and was immediately rectified. Neither of which were true. The government is now lying. Andrew Holness is now lying. As per usual. Knowing to the fact that this is a plot all along by him and Dushan Savadia and other members of the Jamaica Labour Party. So when they are saying that 1 p.m. forever, they know what they were talking about. Instead, the government responded by launching a criminal investigation into whether there was any unauthorized access to the unprotected data that led to our first story. Can you imagine the hypocrisy? The nastiness, the hypocrisy. Look what you're doing to Jamaican people, which we perceive to be a thinly veiled threat directed at this publication. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Now you, the people, discovered, right, that you expose the Jamaican data on the web. And instead, right, you tell them what you want to do. Just like how you want to treat the Integrity Commission, you understand? You want to now turn up that nasty nose on them. The government said it had contacted its overseas law enforcement partners. When reached, a spokesperson for the FBI declined to say whether the Jamaican government had contacted the agency. Nothing like that. Just like Nigel Clark said he will contact FBI for the SSL. Nothing like that. They done nothing like that because it is the Jamaican government who orchestrate this. And we have no hesitation to say that that Dushan Savadia is the face of Andrew Holness and he has no business for himself. The business that Dushan Savadia has been doing belongs to Andrew Holness. And dark, evil people in Jamaica. Things didn't get much better from John COVID. In the days that followed the first story, the government engaged a cloud consultant, Escala 24x7, to assess his John COVID security. The results were not disclosed. He's not going to disclose it. He's not going to disclose it like many report that he's not disclosing. He's not disclosing the FinSac. right? He's not disclosing the crawl. He's not going to disclose this. Because indeed, if they disclose it, you will see where the fault lies. Because the Jamaican government is culpable. But the company said it was confident there was no current vulnerability in Jam COVID. So the government doubled down and protect Amber Group because, of course, Amber is Andrew Owens. Also said that the lapse was a complete isolated occurrence, doubling down in terms of their defense. A week went by and TechCrunch alerted Amber Group to 2 more security lapses. We want to listen to Jamaica. We want to listen to this. That's tonight our words. A week went by and TechCrunch, after all of that in the people, after all of that in Jamaica. Here's TechCrunch. A week went by and TechCrunch alerted Amber Group to 2 more security lapses. So you tell me, Jamaica, this is the act of the government. Andushi and Savada, Andrew Owens, Andushi and Savada. After the attention from the first report, I am telling you what is happening here in Jamaica. A security researcher who saw the news of the first lapse found exposed private keys and password for Jam COVID servers and database hidden on its website, and a third lapse that spilled quarantine orders for more than 500,000 travelers. That to tell you that they were deliberate in their action, and they repeat their action. Just like how Andrew wanted to be a face to say that they were saying that we're going to steal the money, and right now, see, he used the same Dushi and Savadia to steal the money. Amber Group, the government claimed it faced cyber attacks, hacking, and mischievous players. In reality, the app was just not that damn secure, and they want it like that because it fits in their plan. Take that away. Jamaica, you think you start hearing anything yet? Wait, you're juggling. That's why I said, panel, it's a class and it's long. Now, let us go to JI's government. All right, let us go to Nationwide and hear what Nationwide has to say. Let us listen to Nationwide. Now, and I'm taking this from Nationwide to be deliberate. ADPEM, government does not own Support Jamaica website. Can you imagine? The government does not own Support Jamaica website used to coordinate relief donations for Hurricane Melissa. Now it's Andrew Owens who own it. That was revealed by Director General for the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ADPEM, Commander Alvin Gale, as he answered questions from members of Parliament Public Accounts Committee, PAC, on Wednesday. He also revealed that the owner of the site has access to the data provided by donors. Siobhan Campbell, tell us more.
The Support Jamaica website was created in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa, acting as a portal for information and donations regarding the government relief efforts. By February of 2026, some 1.4 billion in donations have been collected through the portal. Director General for the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ADPEM, Commander Alvin Gale, told Parliament's Public Accounts Committee on Wednesday that the website remains in the hands of the private owners who built it and not the government.
Just if you can pause for a second, can you tell me who currently owns that website, the Support Jamaica website. I know it would have been created by a private developer on behalf of the government, but what's the current status of it?
So the private developer still owns the website. The agreement is an SAS, and forgive me if I forgot the meaning of it, but primarily it is they develop the website and then offer us the service. So we have 1 year's free service to the portal.
Do we have a formal agreement with that?
We do have a formal agreement in place. In the initial phases of it, for the rapid development and deployment of the website, yes, there wasn't the necessary agreement in place, but we had subsequently regained on that and caused for an agreement to be signed governing that website and its mechanisms.
Commander Gale also revealed that sensitive information such as donors and the amounts donated.
Okay, so people are saying that, okay, mystic sensation. All right. Let me show you as it relates to how these data process, right? And who Dushian Savadia and Jonas linking them to for the manipulation, you understand, which you use for, you understand, manipulating election and so forth. Now, Jamaica digital entanglement with Israel. So let me show you the evidence. Jamaica digital entanglement with Israel. So we are getting into it. Now, Jamaica, this is it. Jamaica's digital entanglement with Israeli intelligence operations. Pegasus spyware. There it is. Pegasus spyware. Montego Bay, Jamaica, July 6, 2025. Jamaica has significantly deepened its cybersecurity partnership with Israel throughout 2024 and 2025, marked by a $4 billion ELTA system contract, high-level diplomatic visits, and ongoing surveillance technology cooperation that has drawn sharp opposition criticism and regional diplomatic consequences. The digital entanglement reflects a broader pattern of Israel surveillance technology deployment across the Caribbean, with the documented spyware operations in Trinidad and Tobago raising serious questions about democratic oversight and human rights protection. The partnership represents a far more routine cybersecurity cooperation. They including intelligence sharing arrangement that have strained Jamaica relationship with the United States, prompted sustained opposition criticism about surveillance overreach, and forced Jamaica to navigate complex diplomatic tensions that ultimately led to its recognition of the Palestine in April 2024 under regional pressure. Take it away because we are going too fast. So we are showing the link, right? Now, Jamaica, let me show you something. Oh, Andrew Ones, right? Pushing up Dushian Savadia because Dushian Savadia is his face. Amber Group CEO Savadia appointed. Now just imagine it. We are going to get into some history here. Let us look at this. Amber Group Savadia appointed. Now look at this, Jamaica. New Jaziza board chair ready to unlock new global investment opportunities. Now this is where we are going to go into the bangarang. Now this is the face that we are talking about. Dushian Savadia. We are going to expose him seriously tonight. Newly appointed chairman, right, of the Jamaica Special Economic Zone Authority, Ambassador Dushian Savadia, Andrew Wallace promote him to this. New board chairman of Jamaica Special Economic Zone Authority, Ambassador Dushian Savadia, said he is committed to supporting the entity's effort to position Jamaica as a leading destination for global investment. I want to listen to Jamaica. As chairman, Ambassador Savadia will provide strategic oversight to the authority as it works to enhance the competitiveness of Jamaica right, SEZ regime. He told JS News that he has been charged with attracting the highest value investors in the world, fast-tracking applications so that no serious investors wait a day longer than necessary, and using artificial intelligence and technology to eliminate inefficiencies from every step of the authority process. So you know that Dushan Savada is going to be very active where NARA is concerned. So listen, you know, people. This is how Andrew Wallace is lining up Dushan Savadia. Ambassador Savadia said that the authority must build policies that only match the best special economic zone in the world, but also establish new benchmark for excellence. But the question we ask, right? Where are they going to get all of this money from? Take that away. Where are they going to get all of this money from? Jamaica, we are going to go into the deep history that I want you to pay attention to. This is how we are going to show you that Andrew owners, Dushan Savada owns nothing. When Mystic Sensation is saying that Dushan Savada owns nothing, we have the evidence to show you that Dushan Savada owns nothing. We believe that the money that Dushan Savada had gotten in 2015 was given to him by none other than Andrew Holness. Now, listen to this. And the reason why I'm presenting this document, I would like the police, the Integrity Commission, all the investigative bodies to look on these breadcrumbs that I'm going to drop tonight. We want for you to investigate as it relates to the source of the money that was given to Dushan Savadia in 2015. Where did Dushan Savadia get that money from? Jamaica people, look on this. Look on this. Let us get into that document. From a disruptive teen to a technology disruptor. Right? This is the fake identity that they build of him. We're not going to read through all of this. From a disruptive teen to a technology disruptor, Dushan Savadia. But Jamaica, let me just get into the nitty-gritty for you. Right? Conceptualizing. Let us start from conceptualizing. And I want Jamaica to listen keenly in terms of this. Now, I then realized that charity cannot happen because he came in Jamaica in 2012. Right? And nothing, all of what, as it relates to 2012, is in the above document. But I don't want to read through all of that. Right? So we want to start from here. But after teaching the art of living courses for 3 years, by early 2015, Savadia had expended all his money and was broke again. So 2015, let us begin from 2015. Dushan Savadia has no money whatsoever. Nilch, nothing. Look at this now, people. I then realized that charity cannot happen from an empty body. You need well to do good. You need money to serve. So because all the income that came for the foundation, we spent all of that back in the good work in Jamaica. And I wasn't a great businessman at all. No, Dushan Savadia himself is telling you that he wasn't a great businessman at all. I want you to listen in Jamaica. Dushan Savadia is telling you that he wasn't a great businessman at all. No, whatever money came, I just kept spending as long as I had money to eat my food and pay my rent. I was okay. But I didn't think through very well. Dushan Savadia is telling you this. And that's why I said that you have many persons in Jamaica is far away more brilliant than Dushan Savadia. Dushan Savadia not even brilliant. doesn't even qualify. I still remember January 2nd, 2015. I wanted to listen to this, Jamaica. I had no food in my fridge, no gas in the car, and my rent was due, but I didn't have the rent to pay. Jamaica, anyway, the Jamaican they call them and tell them to come listen to this. And that is the day I realized one option was to go and ask for donation and sponsorship from companies, which I could have, but I didn't because I realized that's not sustainable. I want to hear that in Jamaica. And that is when the idea for Amber came. Now remember, this man has no great business ideas in him. This man no good in no business in him. You understand? Because him tell you. You understand? But him a tell you out of the blues. You understand? Oh, Amber farm. You understand? The Amber Group is foolishness. The Amber Group is a washing machine. Now, listen again. And that is when the idea of Amber Group came in. And I realized I want to build a company that has a single purpose to do good and to create wealth so we can give back more to humanity. Yes, indeed, you had create more than wealth. But on that day in January 2015, a very close friend suspected that I didn't have money and refused to ask. So she decided to visit me one day with her husband. Want to listen to people. They look around the house and saw that the kitchen was empty. Not now go on film. 2015, this poor search mouse. Nothing was there. And she said, "Are you okay? Because you live like this." "No, man. You have nothing in your fridge, no food." And I said, yeah, everything is fine. But it appears she knew something was wrong. Her husband opened the cupboard in the small apartment and saw that there was nothing there. Man broke. Don't have nilch, nothing in 2015. Savada said he was compelled to confess that he had nothing to eat. Just imagine Jamaica people. Right? Who would this remind you of? Andrew Holness from 2 Taxi, right? To be a billionaire. You see this similar reflection? And his friend and her husband bought a big box of food for him, enough to last for a month. He said he was also given money to last for a month. Because remember, I had no money. Before that time, for almost a month, I survived only on boiled rice and boiled potatoes because they are the cheapest things for a vegetarian in Jamaica. I survived on them with only salt. But having realized he couldn't keep on teaching without being able to eat, Savada said he started to put together the business plan for the Amber project. Now, let me tell you something. You don't have no money, broke and hungry. Broke and hungry like dog. And you don't put business plan for project. Jamaica, make it make sense. You don't have no money. You don't even can find food to eat. You can't find food to eat. Broke and hungry like dog. And there it is. Savada said he started to put together the business plan for the Amber project. Remember, you're broke and hungry like dog. You're not even to listen to yourself. And I reached out to one of my students. I taught the art of living in St. Martin. This is what Dushan Savada is going to tell you how he started and built the Amber Group. This is a lie. This so-called St. Martin and this friend is Andrew Holness. People want to listen to me. Investigators, I can assure you, investigate as it relates to St. Martin and friend. Which friend? No, you know what? I am not going to run the story. But listen, Jamaica. I taught there before coming to Jamaica. He was a very, very wealthy chap, a young guy. Look for the lie that Dushan Savada shape out to hide Andrew Holness. Look at the lie Dushan Savada shape out to hide Andrew Holness. I knew he would understand tech. I turned to him because, of course, in Jamaica, if you go to anybody with just an idea and a piece of paper, nobody gonna invest in you. Then, oh, if you know this, you understand? Oh, you have the idea now if you're gonna start business when you're broke and hungry like dog. That makes sense in terms of what you say. So I reached out to him. He saw it. No, remember, I know. You have not done business before. Right? You're in charity group. Right? Nothing in business. And you have a plan. Just a plan you have. And you're a student that you have taught in St. Martin, who was wealthy, is who now you are going to approach for him to start your business. Who you tell that? Who you tell that? Eh? Who you tell that? He knew this was a brilliant idea. Remember, no? You admit in the previous paragraph. You understand? So you know you're not excellent in business. But yet, you told this idea to him, and the idea is now a brilliant idea. At the same time, he also said he knew I was starting this business because I wanted to do good with it. So he said he will support me. No, I mean, if you never tell him the business before, how would he knew that you were going to start a business? Just say up here shit here, chat. Just say up here equal. Read what I say. At the same time, he also said he knew I was starting this business because I wanted to do good with it. Did you tell him about the business? Patient. So he said he will support me. So you just told a friend in St. Martin about the brilliant idea. And the friend said, yes, I am going to support you. And this is the friend. That support came in the form of $450,000 US. Jamaica. Talk to me, Jamaica. Talk to me, Jamaica. Your student that you taught in St. Martin as a card to you. You understand? All of a sudden, Andrew was a student in St. Martin. The student that you taught in St. Martin, right? You told him this fabulous business idea, this great business plan about Amber Group. Let me ask you a question. What sort of business Amber Group is doing? What sort of business that you were so fascinated with? Right? What sort of business? I am asking you now. What sort of business Amber Group is doing? To know, overwhelm this young man's fascination. But this young man is Andrew Wallace, who are giving you $450,000 US. Stole, rob, pilfer, which was to be used to build the entire software and hardware of Amber Group Connect. Savada said he himself wanted to learn how to build the app. Now, imagine, you're going to tell the man about the idea and you yourself don't know how to build the app. Jamaica, make this make sense. Savada said he himself wanted to learn how to build the app. I said this enough. So he went to China, where he lived for months, learning to build it himself to ensure Andrew Wallace's $450,000 US would last. He cut costs where he could. Now, including staying in dorm with 30 men who shared only 2 bathrooms while he built the device. Well, staying bound with 30 men. Remember, say that they used to, you know. You understand? They could all share with all 60 men. You wouldn't mind. And them something they used to. And wish the Amber Connect app would be installed. Now take that away. Jamaica, where do you think I'm going? I am going to touch this and then I bring in the panel. Now, Jamaica, look where I'm going. Let me mash them up tonight for Jamaica. Let me crush them tonight for Jamaica. So Amber Group started in 2015. Jamaica. Watch this. The evidence that I'm going to show you, I am going to show you that money that robbed from SSL, money that robbed from taxpayers, the corruption money, I found it in Amber Holding. Right? Look, they cannot challenge this, what I'm showing you. Jamaica, bring up Amber Holding. Let us show Jamaica. Let us show Jamaica this. What Andrew Holness and Dushian Savadia is doing. Wicked to Jamaica. Cruel to Jamaica. Several parts of the $3 trillion unaccounted for in this Amber Network 2016 to 2026. Let me get into this and show Jamaica. Look at this, Jamaica. Here it is. Here's the evidence. Amber Group, let me bring it up. This is the coverage of billions, right, as it relates to the draft. Here it on the left, Amber market capitalization, billions of dollars. Now look at this, Jamaica. So 2015, you started Amber. By 2018, right, you have 340 million. Just imagine, 2015, you created Amber. And by 2018, you have 340 million. Watch 2020. Right? 2020, you have 270 million. But watch this, Jamaica. By 2021, $1.35 billion. Come here, Jamaica. Now watch this. Don't tell no lie on them. See it here? Right? Let us show the graph. 2021, in the same 2021, it mounted up to what? 10, there it is, on the graph, 10.55 billion Jamaican dollars, 2021. 10.55 billion Jamaican dollars. Now, take that away. So, you started Amber Group 2015. And in 6 years, you amass $10.5 billion. What sort of business Amber Group involved in for those 6 years? 2021. We know that SSL got locked down in 2021. Investors lose billions of dollars. Billions of dollars in 2021. SSL crash and other corruption. You tell me, Jamaica, that Dushian Savadia met a friend in 2015 who he taught in St. Martin. How did you get that 450,000? Was it wired? Where is the evidence that you have gotten that? Was it wired to you? Where is the evidence that you got it? And it took you 6 years to amass 10.55 billion. How did you get 10.55 billion in 6 years? Talk to me. Now, Sister Maria, let me bring you to the front as it relates to what we just presented. Right? Where it's quite obvious, Jamaica. There's no business in the history of the world, let me say this, would have performed such miracle that 6 years, the Amber Group of Company had amassed $10.55 billion. What is your take on it, Sister Maria?
My take, honestly, a headache. Because if you follow all of this, you lose yourself. But I'm thinking about something the Prime Minister said while he was campaigning in 2016, lead up to 2015 election. And he says that Jamaicans will go from poverty to prosperity. But what we're seeing is reverse, where people are going from prosperity to poverty because the middle class has been wiped out in Jamaica. And only a few people have become prosperous in the Jamaican space. But when you start to think of persons who suffered during the Beryl hurricane and persons who suffered Melissa, and that Beryl money is yet to be spent, Melissa's money is yet to be spent. The Prime Minister's out there saying you must think. And whenever you hear the Prime Minister say you must think, he's basically pulling wool over your eyes. Because when he says think, he's saying to you, believe what I am telling you, despite the fact that your reality is opposite to what he's telling you. So that is where I cannot, find common ground with Andrew Holness on anything. But we need to understand that Jamaica had, in 2023, there were 43 million attempted cyber attacks in Jamaica. Make that 43 million, a country of 3 million people. And when you stop to think of that, you have to think about people's information, for persons who make donations and how the information may be compromised. So it would not be a far-fetched idea to say to persons who donated on the website, which is not owned by the government, to say to persons, and because they have had issues in the past with the COVID website, where persons' information was visible to the public. Because of that and subsequent incidences, it is not a far-fetched idea, and one would not be speaking out of turn when you ask people to check their for those persons who do credit checks, check your credit rating, check your credit report to make sure there's nothing nefarious that is going on. Because one has to be careful in times like this. And you have to understand that India is a leading country when it comes to cybersecurity, but they are also a leading country when it comes to scamming. Yes. Because a lot of the calls you get from these persons telling you that you want something, well, as a matter of fact, they have elevated that now. Telling you, asking you all kinds of information. They're using things that you already, they know that you are doing, like you own a car, you own a home or something. You have a bank account, to drain your bank account. And a lot of this is happening from India. And I'm not sure how many Jamaicans are as tech savvy as Indians, because the truth is they are in the top 5 of leading countries when it comes to technology, cybersecurity, and all of that, and building out websites and stuff like that. So when you think of what is happening in the Jamaican space with our young people, why would the government feel so comfortable having a private citizen build out their website to collect donations from persons who want to give donations to aid their fellow Jamaicans who are suffering a natural disaster? Why would they feel so comfortable doing that? And learning that the site is not owned by the government is problematic. At first, they did not have a contract. There were no agreements, but subsequently they had an agreement. Then it was free for a year. Now, how much is the government paying them to host this website for them? That's another question. So it's like taxpayers, the Jamaican taxpayers are being pulled in every different direction because you have to pay the salaries of the politicians. The political class have the highest salary in the Caribbean. You have to pay the salaries of public servants. And you have to pay back the debt, because when the government says, oh no, we're paying down our debt, it's taxpayers' money. It's the taxpayers that are doing that. All right. And every time they borrow, it doesn't matter which government, whenever they borrow, it is taxpayers that are paying that. So when they abuse and misuse these monies that they borrow, it is painful to watch when they don't fix the hospitals, don't fix the schools, they don't spend the money on the persons who are affected by the hurricanes. It causes you to stop and ask, why not? And it forces you to be angry at the government for not doing enough to help the Jamaican people. Because the truth of the matter is as we talk about this, what is happening, they cannot account for the money. Jamaica is in a recession. Inflation is high, it's through the roof. You understand what I'm saying? And you have these people who are mismanaging money. And why was he, of all persons, of all the people, okay, Indians, of all the Indians that come to Jamaica, why him?
Right.
You know, why him? And also, why have they not invested in the institutions in Jamaica to teach young people the very same skills that this man has? Yes.
Tamara, if you realize in one of the paragraphs, he's saying that he did not know how to build a app. He has to go to China. He did not say he has to go to India. You understand, to help to the fact that you are saying that India is savvy. He chose not to go to India. He went to China to build the app because he himself admitted he didn't know how to build it. So
well, we also know why he didn't. But if he chose to go someplace else to learn that skill set, and that's on him, because India is a leading cybersecurity country. Yes. No two ways about that, right? But right. My thing is,
speaking to him, you are right with that. India is there, but
why did he choose to go to China? Yeah. You know, why did he choose to go to China? But here's the thing. Why has the government not invested in the people, in the young people in Jamaica, for them to learn the skills, to build out websites so that when a website is needed for the government, it is done by the agency of the government and not an outside party? Because when you stop to think about the sensitive nature of collecting people's information, with regard to through donations, you have to be mindful of people's privacy. And because he has had issues in the past, I wouldn't trust him with my information. I wouldn't donate anything on his website because of that. And when the Prime Minister says that, you know, it's the persons who say don't give to the government because they are thieves and because so man think it, so is he. No, it's not a matter of so man think it, so is he. You, by virtue of being the Prime Minister, has demonstrated that you're untrustworthy, and you don't have to look farther than his statutory declarations being unable to certify, and will never be certified. And if they are certified, it means that somebody dropped the ball. Okay? It will never be certified. So there's a serious trust deficit in the country. So no one can trust anything that the government says. And because of past experiences, people say, do not give to the government. And right now, what is coming out in the PAC committee meetings has proven everyone right that they should not have given to the government. They should have found agencies and organizations on the ground to give to that would have benefited the people directly, because if they had done that, people would have concrete structures as homes and not tin cans. Because I remember Colin Bell begging them to just build out a structure, a concrete structure, and give to these people. That way, when you have the construction going, people will be coming in, you're building the economy, there's production going on, there's construction. And we know what happens when there's construction taking place. So I don't know why the investment is in this one person and not in the people of Jamaica. Where are the tech savvy students going to come from to feed, to fuel the Jamaican economy? That's a question. With all of this, there's a bigger question that we need to ask. Are they training students to take up the jobs that are required in today's tech-savvy world? Because you cannot import all the jobs. Because if you're doing that, what are the jobs that you're leaving for Jamaican students? So, it is sad that this is where things have come, but it is not. It is not irredeemable.
Okay.
There can be course correction, but people have to be willing to stand up. And when we hear people coming out and talking nonsense about persons who should know better, when these are the issues that we should be talking about. These are the issues we're talking about.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that, Tamara. Now, melting pot. The situation as it relates to Dushan Savadia, 2015, started Amber Group, right? And in 6 years, right, he was able to amass 10 billion, right? I mean, it's almost a miracle. This is something that cannot happen if you're talking that you're dealing with legitimate business, right? For Dushan Savada to leave from a stage where at one point he has no food to eat, nothing in his fridge. But 2015, as if what he so claimed, that a friend helped him out with 450,000 US, right? He hasn't been doing any business before, right? Tested and proved that he's a good businessman, but his friend just also trust him overnight and just hand him 450,000. And then in 6 years, wow, the dream of the friend realized that the man who he trusted in 6 years accumulate $10.55 billion. And then the following year, the money will wipe out and gone. Talk to us about it, Melting Pot.
Well, from the outset, this guy is a fictitious individual. You understand? And I mean, I can't believe how Jamaican people never, whoop them eye upon the guy. The guy will come from India and just start reap reward in Jamaica. It begs us to believe we're going. But, when you look from the inception of where you see the high profile of this individual, you always say Andrew Holness is not the background,
Exactly.
Yeah, always not the background. Yeah. And then, come to think of it, I one of the fastest immigrants to come in our country and become ambassador. You understand? And a broke pocket guy at that. Just come to your country and have nothing, but in no time, I'm an ambassador for technology. Them turn him in a public official. You understand? But I could get the meat of the matter now. Because the first and foremost thing where we have to zero in pan, is this 450,000 US. Where I'm get.
Yes.
Yeah, nearly $500,000, All them so lucky to find a guy. Yeah, and even if you're a yoga teacher or your student personal, wealth, accessibility, that so you can call on for that individually. And then again, what we have to look on. Remember, I'm used to in other region of the Caribbean, But I'm choose Jamaica as a destination in my adopted country. And we are asked how that transaction take place and all them things then. Because me know, Prime Minister not supposed to know broke pocket man, But people have to come buy him a box of grocery for a month and, give him money for last year a month because them sister, well, then him not have no food in him. You could dwell in him there. So, this guy profile, right now I don't even know if I'm really named Dushan Shabadia. This guy think very fictitious. No, it sounds funny, but that's true. We probably don't even know him real name. Because that guy with them create, to be wealthy, This come like me, I read back Cinderella storybook back in the days. And them type of story I may see in front of me. Yeah. But then him get so much opportunity. Unbelievable. Remember him have Art Academy contract, Him get to build the GPS app where them use for, breach people data security and all these things. You understand? Leave the app wide open, you just walk in and take out what you want. Yeah? Then, Sam have all of them contract are coming with. Yeah? Where him now build app for the government. So move from private entity, GPS, to government contractual for build app. But him not savvy, Him tell you that from the outset. Yeah? But him journey in a life begins, As a troublesome youth. Yeah? In India. Drink rum, smoke 60 cigarettes a day, 1 liter of rum at night, molested by him uncle, all type of bangarang in his life. And you just left India like that and just come in a Caribbean zone and Jamaica country adapt you. Give you all the accolades where you want to put you on the international stage. Where you have 30 companies worldwide through your Amber Group where you start. But when Melting Pot check it out, listed on no stock market, neither the one in Jamaica nor no international stock market. This successful company, Amber Group of Technology, it not list on no stock market. So who invests in it? Got a question that me have asked now,
Exactly.
Yeah, so how you get investment? Because until I read about Amber, I never hear about Amber. Amber coming like the dildo taxi service. And a joking of people. Who know about Amber when Amber just come in? Nobody. When Amber start make money, and I pandemic, same like how Andrew make money. Two of them have a graph we touch pinnacle point. Yeah. Remember fee more than 10.55 billion, Yeah. Pinnacle point him touch. But then what happened? It nosedive dramatically and come right back down flat line. I was the same thing with Andrew money. Skyrocket up in the pandemic period. Now we know the money they are stolen money from SSL. Brandish around. Yeah. We know that for a fact. So, none of the things where you see are going right now. Yeah. To be honest, Andrew Wallace, Dushan Chavadia, if I saw him, if I'm right, name that. It's the only face of Andrew Wallace. Andrew business them are going. Because people, remember, Andrew have an individual like Dushan Chavadia, Gavin, he will have Gavin around him, Yeah. When him the Ministry of Education, Gavin have get all of the contract, conflict of interest. Now you see him have this guy around him, and this guy get all of the contract, conflict of interest. Yeah. But remember, Andrew Wallace are the centerpiece in this thing. Yeah. But here when it all come down to real problematic situation for both Lucian Chivari and Andrew Wallace. It's when the real investigator them going, all them have to do is just start from the 450,000 US,
Exactly.
Just start from this one, start from nowhere else. Just see the source of this 450,000 US. And just see if it come from St. Martin, please and thanks. Yeah? Because if it come from St. Martin, you know, a two-way can come, you know. Either the individual bring it, come and have to declare a custom at the airport. I mean, the individual is not supposed to travel that amount. Yeah? Or it have to hit the SWIFT system. It have to be a wire transferred. So this guy feel like him smart, you know, but him don't smart, him is a lunatic. Yeah.
Melting pot, it is a wire transfer, it is traceable. So
of course.
Where is the evidence that Dushi and Savada had gotten 450,000 US dollars, you understand, from someone in St. Martin? Where is that evidence?
That's what I talk about. That's why I want the investigator them start right there. So can I declare the source, you know? Because Jamaican people, you know, yeah, the first interview with this guy again, you know, was done by Archibald Gardner, you know. And we hear what him say. And when them realize say, we lack on it, you know what them do? Them splice up the first interview into several parts, taking out certain high-profile conversation from the interview. Yeah, but we know about the interview. So we could have tried on the mic and want to clean it up. We got it locked already, man. We can't recite it. You understand? Yeah? So Andrew Hollis is using this washer girl to wash the money. Yeah? This individual is a skirmish in our society. Yeah? That is causing problem amongst the people in Jamaica. Yeah? This individual must be charged for falsifying fraudulent activity, claiming to be the CEO of Amber Group of Technology when he's merely a washer girl for the Holiness Empire. And so I see need to now start shining a bigger light on Holiness. Holiness are the only high profile Jamaica will surround this guy and itch up around him everywhere, you know. You don't see nobody else. Holiness who have them a walk on red carpet. A man we broke on the 2nd of January 2015. Get red carpet treatment over all of the Jamaican them. Brilliant Jamaican them will go through high school and university and have better qualifications, speak the language better than this piece of shit. They can't speak with proper English. Yeah? But him come and him rise above all Jamaican. And we are talking about the young one, they must say Andrew for the young people, you know. We say Andrew young people government in my farm, you know. Yes, what him do? Him carry a whole piece of shit house from India, come put them over all of you. Because Andrew been tricking Jamaican people from as far back as him coming in politics. From as far back. Yeah, him come with that mentality, him study it. That's why I don't know subject him do when him got you it. Andrew bring this slimy gutter water politics, you know, come into politics, you know. Him study it from outside of politics, man. Yeah. So when him come in, you know, if you don't notice, Andrew profile was to tell lie just to become the prime minister of the country so him can rob the country. You understand? That was Andrew Hollis' aim and ambition, you know. Not to govern the country. That's why I say all these type of hanky-panky affair took place in our political history since him a prime minister. Where the head of the country name is calling and so much things. Not even Seaga did expose like Andrew. Andrew will expose as a big top criminal man. Yeah? And we are saying we want to know what the, you know, police them are going to do about Dushan Shabari. Because you must say He's a mafia guy this in the country I work, you know. I remember we are telling a long time to Andrew I work for. So all we want to be done is a thorough investigation starting off from the 450,000 US. Yeah? And we also want, yeah, the police them. Yeah, whenever do them line up investigation, please and thanks. Just ask the connection we have in Israel. Because it's serious in Jamaica, you know. This guy, remember, you know, him damage with election process, you know. Using the Pegasus spyware, you know. Him help Andrew. When you notice, the very night when the election account, film so-called company where them say him own, but Andrew won it, named Revo. It merged with N&N on the same day. Because a new era of beginning, because them steal election, them know them are going, and them want to tighten up certain envelopes and give this guy more profile going forward. So I saw them a real businessman can have shares in a NNN. Him not have no share in a NNN. And him on a Revo. Yeah? Him is nothing more than a criminal in our place. Because him replace Gavin Roberts. Yeah? Him replace him, you know. Dushan Chavadia, if I saw him name, because right now I'm fictitious, I don't know if I really that him name. But call him what the public know him as. Him replace Gavin. I remember Holiness run a 143 contract, illegal contract with Gavin. Yeah? So at the same thing, because Holiness now go change, you know. Holiness DNA is to rob until him get caught and go prisoner and dead. Not changing. Because don't need the amount of money where them try robbing an Nara. Yeah? When this guy has set up website, you know. Website for your country in control. But him is a private individual, him doing born in Jamaica. But him come down and have all this power over my people. The my people not see nothing going on for them. If you're not foreigner, you can't benefit in Jamaica, that may I say. Yeah. But we don't want to see it go. We just know so Friday around Andrew, you have a rise. Everybody around Andrew rise. Yeah, no matter where you come from, once in the road, Andrew, you rise. If you're a policeman, you rise. If you're a judge, you rise. If you're a DPP, you rise. Yeah? You rise the people. If you're a blogger, you rise. Pay them well. Yeah, man. So I just splash Andrew, splash the cash to keep him, yeah, out of the prison. But we have said to Jamaican law enforcement, we don't need to look deep now into who is this real guy. This billionaire guy where you see the Jamaica Labour Party. Yeah, 5 million US as donation. Yeah, 5 million US, you know. We don't investigate where him get the money from, the man. Investigate him, please. It's time to, because it might cause problem in the country. And we can't have criminal imported in our country. Wreck up in our country. This is why we see 256 Indians come off our flight. Them now have no document. Yeah? Because this guy have to bring in these type of people, you know. He might recruit the people, he might recruit the Israeli, and he might recruit the Indian them in our place. Yeah? So we can't have this thing going on. So please and thanks, JSTF. We don't need to move swiftly toward this guy. Yeah? Civil society, we don't need to cry out more about him. Him can't come and take the top job them from the government over the native in the country. And him can't even speak with language properly. And him is a dunce. Because him talk things where him shouldn't say, and him talk, when him talk, him can't remember say, him said this over there, so and then him come over upon another interview, him say something similar to what him say over there, so, but it don't match up. Don't have a little similarity thing. So, him might expose holiness along the way. The more you talk to him, the more expose holiness, yeah? But we are just talk to the people now who and them in charge of crime. Here's a big criminal activist in our country. Check him out, please, and thanks. I yield back the floor.
All right. So let us show
But
Jamaica.
before you move on the 1 minute, Baron, when we talk about going from something to nothing, it is not to say that persons can't go from rags to riches, but there are too many gaps with this particular. This story is about an individual, not a general statement about persons working their way up to success. Not about that. And we have to consider that given Jamaica's level of corruption, persons will be interested, will be attracted to a country like Jamaica. Because 5% of Jamaica's GDP is lost to corruption every year. That's billions of dollars lost every year. But when you also stop to think of the lack of adequate investment in the education system, you can see why they're dumbing the people down. Because when they dumb them down, keep them poor, keep them uneducated, then they feed the political system where the people look at them and say, beg your team no boss, and that is okay. It cannot be okay. So when you have an educated voter class, when you edify and they understand their own power, that they have the power to hold their politicians accountable, then they will not keep voting for these cycle of corruption, corrupt politicians. And you also have to draw a through line between all the corruption and NARA, because NARA is really legislated corruption,
Exactly.
Because there's nothing in NARA that addresses the problems facing the kind of infrastructure and the people need in the West, which are homes. Because I saw Sir Googs down there talking about building houses and garage for electric cars, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm talking about the people down in St. Elizabeth who are affected. He's talking on another level. And again, NARA is not going to do anything anytime soon. And we're in a hurricane season. So when people are asking about the money that were donated, that should have, and when Andrew's talking about they got kind and they had to give out this kind, giving out the money had nothing to do with any kind that they got, because if they had given the money to the people who needed it, the people would have started rebuilding their lives. But they didn't do that. Why? And the thing is, to go for them not to have given out monies from Beryl, Baron, and Melting Pot tells you everything you need to know, that they really do not care. And the question is now, is the Beryl money still there? How much did they get? Because the Auditor General doesn't have any receipts to show how much they got. And when they present a receipt, will it be the facts? Or will it be something that they present just to shut up the Auditor General and just to keep us from not saying anything? And that is why when I hear civic society come out and saying that what Mark Golding says is woefully inadequate, they're the reason Jamaica is where it is right now, because the substantive issues that they should be talking about, they are not talking about. They're talking about low-hanging fruit, shiny objects, which is not advancing the progress of Jamaica. And we have to move on from that. Move on from the low-hanging fruit and the sensationalism and get to the substantive issues. Can you imagine if traditional media, PSOJ, civic society, Jamaica's, especially Jamaica for Justice, because she came out and said some bullshit, and all those people were doing what we are doing and holding government accountable, do you think that would have this level of rampant corruption? No, we would not. But they have dropped the ball and they have been derelict in their duty. So the government is just doing whatever they want. But they have a saying, long run and short catch. They can do as much as they want, but they will never do it for as long as they want, because people are suffering.
Yes. All right. Thank you for that. But I'm going to show Jamaica something, that as it relates to Jamaica Labour Party and the level of corruption with Dushian Savadia, but it goes also beyond, even before Dushian Savadia. Now, just look on the pattern. Now, all the Ponzi scheme in Jamaica, right, sponsored Jamaica Labour Party election, right? Olent had given $5 million US, right, to the Jamaica Labour Party. Olent, right? The Jamaica Labour Party that agreed with, Ponzi scheme to rob investors. And you know what? Let me show that information because I don't want people just hear me talking and you understand because the BBC carry it. So let us show that information where Olent had sponsored $5 million US to Jamaica Labour Party, right? As it relates to running their election. The one that I just gave you. Right? And what we have seen, right? Cash Plus also gave $5 million US to Andrew Honest. SSL, that was the GLP place to go as it relates to campaign funding and how many GLP accounts in SSL. So here it is, people. Let me just beat it up some more so that people can see. Here it is. The source allegation surfaced in 2012, confiscation order release by the Supreme Court of Turks and Caicos Island. The scheme David Smith ran Olent, right, a multi-million-dollar Ponzi scheme that defrauded investors, right, the Caribbean and the United States before collapsing and landing Smith a long prison sentence for fraud and money laundering. If Smith did try in Jamaica, right, there is no way Paula Llewellyn would have found him guilty. Paula Llewellyn would have let him go. This goes to the corruption, If this man did try, if David Smith did try in Jamaica, he would have gotten away. Paula Llewellyn would have let him go. Right now, political response, the GLP confirmed that Smith was one of many campaign contributors ahead of the September 2007 general election, prompting calls for financial transparency from watchdog like National Integrity Action, right? $5 million US, right, was sponsored, right? Here it is, David Smith ran Olent, a multi-million-dollar Ponzi scheme that defrauded investors across the Caribbean, and where the GLP, right, confirmed that Smith was one of many campaign contributors ahead of the September 2007, right, and where he had contributed $5 million. So read the BBC. If you click on it, go in the BBC report, right, and read it. Now, let us bring forward now to even Dushan Savadia. Let us show, as it relates to Amber Group, you understand, and the so-called religious pig, right? Who now sponsored Andrew Honest? How much? Just tell me how much. $5 million US. So you see the pattern of the criminality. Now look at this now, Jamaica. Let us show the evidence. You hear Amber Group, right? And it's really just thug. Now here's the evidence. Art of Living Foundation and Amber Group provide $5 million US in humanitarian aid. Now this is where it's wicked, because really and truly, and really them, this is the same money that Andrew Honest thief up, same money will come out on SSL, You understand? Where them now they go on, where Andrew Honest funnel it down to them, and them now they act as if now they are now sponsoring Andrew Honest. You understand? $5 million. And where that $5 million is. I'm going to show Jamaican people serious corruption with Dushan Savadia and Andrew Honest. The Art of Living Foundation Jamaica and the Amber Group are providing US $5 million to advance critical initiatives in education. Now, let me ask a question. Now, have you seen where Andrew Honest has spoken about STEM, right, and STEAM? Have you ever seen none of that? None of that. It's just PR and robbery, you understand, between Andrew Honest and none other than Dushan Savadia. As we previously mentioned, that who Andrew Honest used to use between 2007 and 2009, before Dushan Savadia come in Jamaica 2012, he used to use Gavin. So now Dushian Savadia, I want Jamaican people to understand this, you know. Dushian Savadia is who replaced now Gavin. Now you have to remember that between 2006, between 2007 to 2009, Andrew Holness was using Gavin, you understand, to funnel money. Simply means influence several contracts to go to Gavin, right? And so then, of course, at the same time, Gavin is a director in roughly about 3 of Andrew Holness' company. You understand? Remember that he had investigated for that, you know. And Keisha Prince, let him go, you know. Remember, he was investigated for that and should have found guilty. But Jamaica Prince, right? Let go Andrew Holness. Let go Andrew Holness, right? So we are showing you that is the same behavior. We are Olent, you understand? I mean, the GLP rub up investors. Olent take out $5 million and sponsor them for the for general election. Cash Plus do the same thing, sponsor the labor right, $5 million. SSL, again, which was the money machine for Andrew Holness and in corruption and the GLP. And here it is in evidence. We are not hiding it. Here it is. The Art of Living Foundation Jamaica and the Amber Group are providing $5 million to advance critical initiative in education, rural development, and prisoner rehabilitation across the country. Now, with that, where is that? You understand? And you come, and remember, you know, people, remember, people, listen, see, December 14, 2024, right? When was the general election? The general election was September 25th. Preparing and do all of them things. This is the criminality with Andrew Holness, right, and Dushian Savadia. So when you hear them talk about 1 p.m., take that away on. When you hear them talk about 1 p.m., these are things that they sit and plan that they are going to try to hold to be in power as long as they can. Right? You see the same behavior pattern that he carry off with Gavin. It is, well, guess what now? Dushian Savadia now in this farm is now washing the money. So Dushian Savadia now is working like Gavin, right? So Dushian Savadia don't really own anything, right? It is Andrew Holness. And you can see that you have Juliet Holness making trips, right? Of course, looking over their business affairs in India. You understand? Via Dushian Savadia. So Dushian Savadia is only a front, is only a face for Andrew Holness corruption. Dushian Savadia really own nothing. Because if you track Dushian Savadia in terms of where Dushian Savadia coming from India, come straight down to Jamaica, you realize that Dushian Savadia owns nothing, period. Point blank and period. Dushian Savadia owns nothing, right? And this 500,000, that's why we want it to be investigated. Because if it is investigated, it is going to go straight back to Andrew Holness. And think Jamaica. Think. Let us think. Right? For that $400,000 goes straight back to Andrew Holness. Then now you'd have realized that everything that Dushian Savadia owns, right, belongs to Andrew Holness. You understand? So when we are saying it, we are looking at the pattern. You understand? We are tracking, right? Trailing the evidence and see where it leads. Number one, again, for Dushian Savadia to get $450,000, that money would have to wire to Dushian Savadia, right? Now, the Jamaican police, right, are they going to investigate? Are they going to call and do that investigation to realize that, okay, no one in St. Martin, you understand, had sent Dushian Savadia any money? Dushian Savadia has not gotten any money from St. Martin. Dushian Savadia had gotten the money from the GLP headquarters, had gotten the money from Andrew Holness, plain and simple. And it is Dushian Savadia who have been washing the money. I showed you, right? Let us bring up this again. Let us bring up Amber Olin Group to show you what is going on, where X amount of money go in and then the following year it comes out. It is washing. Billions of dollars go. See if we can bring up that graph again. Oh, okay. All right. Let me just see if we can send back that graph to show you that billions of dollars go back in amber holding, right? And comes out. And then I ask yourself the question, which entity in Jamaica that has ever, right, within 6 years, generate so much wealth within 6 years? No, this is impossible, Jamaica, right? It just cannot happen. It is impossible. So let us show the graph again to show you how the money move in, so that even 2024, right? Amber Group is sponsoring GLP $5 million US. Right now, you look at the level of criminality, you know. And guess what? Is the Commissioner of Police is going to investigate? No, he's not going to investigate. Is Andrew Warner's political operative? No, let's look at this, Jamaica, as it relates to the criminality in terms of what I try to show you now. This is a company, from 2015, the company start, 2018, it start make money, 380 million. You come here so to 2020, right? 320 million. Look here, right? Same 2020, gone to 1.39 billion, you know. Now, when you look in 2021, from 1.39 billion, right, in early 2021, you know, this is what, August the 8th. So August 8th, right, 1.6 billion in 2021. The 2nd of August are dependent on which other shape them out, right? But let us say, might be February 8th or so, however you want to shape it. But same in 2021, watch this now, $1.65 billion. In I see him here, all right, on the 6th, 14th of June now. Okay, so, all right, look at this now, Jamaica people. What may I try to show them? I want to understand this. In February, by the 22nd of February, Amber Group have $1.39 billion. Melting pot, watch out. By June 14, right? $1.10 billion. Watch this now. By June 14, you know, $1.10 billion. Right? By the 28th, by June 28th, look here, look how much. Well, on Jamaica, by June 28th, see there? 10.55 billion. So tell me something. Right? In a June 14, when they have 1.10 billion. 1.10 billion. Watch this now. 28. Let me just, yeah. By June 21, 1.8 billion. By 28, 10.55 billion. Less than a couple of days. Melting pot. You see that?
Yeah, man. That's unbelievable, man. You know, that alone.
Less than a couple more people see it, you know. See that people want to look on it. In June 21, the Amber Group amassed $1.8 billion. Right? There it is, $1.8 billion. If you shape it a little bit more, by the 28th, couple days, $10.55 billion. Where did Amber Group? Where did Amber Holdings get that $10.55 billion from? Within a couple days. Where? How did he come by that? And look, Jamaica, here's where the money start watch again. Won't give you time. And by the 27th, you can see where the money. Same here in 2021, you know. It dwindled down to 4.4 billion by August 16. See the Jamaica, we're not telling no lie. Right? Look, you know, by August 22, by July, right? 0.58 billion. By 24, it dwindled down, right? 450. So obviously, this is a washing machine.
Yeah, man.
Take this away. Take this away. Let me stop sharing. So Jamaica, let us ask a question. Let us ask a question. Serious question. Which business, what sort of business Amber Group involved in that it took Amber Group a couple of days to amass over 10.8 billion?
78
Jamaica, it's clear. It is clear. So then, Amber, Dushan Savadia need to come and explain it to us. Because that past miracle in people, that is unexplainable. So he has to come and explain that. Right? And then, guess what? Amber Group is not on the Jamaica Stock Exchange. So how can we make sense with all of this? This is crazy. What say you on it, Melting Pot?
Well, I mean, you just sum it up the right way enough, Sir Byron, because I mean, this is mind-boggling, crazy. You can't find all the adjectives but you want to find to put with it. But it just come out to be what it is. This guy just a plain criminal in the place. Yeah? And that's why it there, Byron. Plain criminal, because there's no way a guy can use a 7-day period to make roughly 10 billion. No. Yeah? And then when you look, you know, a similar pattern with all like weekly, you know, we borrow the money and pay it back quick, you know. Yeah? He make the money quick, weekly borrow the money and pay it back quick. Vast some amount of money that can be real. And that cannot be realistic in the terms of Amber making that money. What is the product Amber selling to make that money? Yeah. Nobody know what the product they sell. Is it software? Is it hardware? We will not sell. We just don't name Amber Technology. But we will not trade up, you know, because we don't listed on a stock exchange, neither locally nor internationally, you know. But yet still the guys them have 30 them have 30 more of this in a 30 country. More the Amber Group. Yeah. But Amber Group originate from down in Japan and Singapore.
All right. What is the Melting Pot? I'm going to make a call at talk because we're going to bring in the call at them now. For them time now. Yes, caller. You're on Mystic Sensation.
Good evening, Mystic.
Blessings, my brother.
Brother from Palm Beach.
Talk to us.
Good evening to you, my brother. And to the queens among you, I want to say good evening also.
Blessings.
I've been listening to the show, and I've been listening to all of these atrocities and all of these things. And one thing that I've summarized from it, Mystic.
Yes.
And Jamaica have an institutional problem. The institutions of Jamaica that are responsible for the checks and balances have failed the country. And I mean, and when I'm saying institution, I mean the banking institution, the courts, the JCF, civil society, PSOJ, all the institutions that one would expect to be responsible, to hold people accountable, to make sure that these kind of pilferage and recklessness of the Jamaican people, tax dollars and the Jamaican resources are not being filtered elsewhere. And it's a shame because one of the key things that I hear you talk about, Mystic, capital cronyism. And you from time to time mention that word, and I don't think people understand you when you say that word.
Yes.
When you talk about capital cronyism, you know, this is one of the key areas of Andrew Holness of the system that he uses to enable this corruption. When he's successful in putting his crony into key areas of governance, key institution for checks and balances, this is what happened. Example, SSL license was revoked. When Andrew Holness put someone in when he came into power that would give SSL a license. When we look at all of these shell companies in Jamaica have more shell companies than anywhere else in the world, my brother. I mean, these guys have shell companies and companies not on stock exchanges.
Hold on, Carla.
Millions of dollars to these companies.
Hold on, Carla. Let me correct you, right? Because the Auditor General report, what it revealed, you know, that SSL did not have a license, you know. Andrew Holness operate right with impunity, you know, to know that okay, and he would have known that SSL don't have a license, but yet the Prime Minister invest in something that he knows didn't have a license.
But this is my point. Where the institution that for checks and balances, institution knows this, and let me tell you. And let me tell you how corrupt the institutions are. You can't move money in Jamaica without BOJ know about it.
Exactly.
If I go to Jamaica to open a bank account, do you know what I have to go through to get a bank account in Jamaica? If I have to pull money from an account, do you know what I have to go through to pull a certain sum of money from the bank? How can a person open a bank account without $1 and the next day them have millions in it? These are the things I'm telling you, Mystic, that these are the failures of institution because the institutions are corrupt and filled with cronies. They cannot operate this way unless their cronies are running these institutions. And when we look at the one central figure that I listen to you guys, and there's one central bank in all of this. NCB. Every scam come through Jamaica run through NCB, and you're telling me that BOJ can't regulate NCB? The BOJ is the regulator of all banking in the country, Bank of Jamaica.
But
that's the central bank of the country.
Carla, I want to ask you a question.
You're telling me that.
Hold on, Carla, hold on there. I want to ask you a question. If Andrew Holness could not explain right is illicit enrichment to the Integrity Commission investigators regarding to the $470 million in various accounts. How did Andrew Holness able to explain it to the bank authority? Because you can't just put $470 million in the bank and you don't explain it.
Institutional failure again. Who's in charge of these institutions? We're giving these people a pass. We're talking about the end result. Let's dig a little bit deeper, Mystic.
Yes.
The institution themselves, who's regulating all of these banking companies? Jamaica have more financial institutions. For a country its size, with a country of poverty, a poverty country, a third world country, and a country its size, Jamaica have more banking institutions than the state of Florida. Jamaica have all of these banking and investment and you don't know who owns them. When I did a quick research on some of these companies, you know what's happening in Jamaica? These politicians' sons who came to school here and go back to Jamaica, they are the ones running these institutions. They are the ones running all of these banking and investment companies, creating all of these companies. Look at the owners and look at who own all of these companies, Mystic. They're politicians and their sons and their family and their cronies and their friends.
All right, well,
and I'm telling you,
hold on, Carla, because Carla, hold on, more direct certain questions so that we can educate right the masses. I am saying when you have 10 in said 7 days, right? A company that leave from $1.8 billion as it relates to the Amber Holding Company, right? And in 7 days, amass $10.55 billion. Why that did not cause send trigger alarm bell?
For the entire banking system.
To the entire banking system.
Where is Bank of Jamaica and all of this?
7 days, $10.55 billion.
Mister, the kind of money you guys are talking about moving through Jamaica. Come on, man. It can't move unless the central bank have a hand in it. You can't move this kind of money through the banking system. You can't move it to investment companies are not a bank, you know. They're not banks.
No,
so the money moving through investment company got to be banked somewhere. The money's got to be somewhere, unless somebody have it stored in their home. But it's moving through the banks, and the one central bank that moves all of this stuff. Every time you hear a scandal, who's in the middle of it? NCB. Right? So we have to start looking at the institution, the licensing for all of these Ponzi scheme and making all of these shell companies operate, Mystic. Who's giving these companies the green light to go ahead? Who's giving all of these these scammers the green light to open up these shell companies? And they're not on the stock exchange.
No.
And it makes me question Jamaica Stock Exchange. Is it real or is it a phony?
It's a phony takeover by criminals.
Right? I mean, you have to question these things. As a business person, Mystic, you could never tell me to take one penny of my hard-earned working US dollar and invest in Jamaica, unless I got to be mad, crazy, and asinine to do that. I would never do that to myself as a hard-working person here.
It's crazy.
You know what I mean?
It's crazy.
It makes no sense. First of all, the Jamaica dollar is worth less than a roll of toilet paper. So I'm not going to take my hard-working money and invest it in Jamaica. These money moving through the country, Mystic, is just a simple failure of institution. The corruption is a failure of our institution. The courts, I'm disappointed in our court system. I'm very disappointed. And the one institution that is holding people accountable, they are attacking it with everything they have.
Want to tear it
trying
down.
to disable it.
Yes.
The IC. Why are they attacking the IC and nothing else? And the same people who put the IC in charge, now that their hands is being caught in the cookie jar, they're attacking the IC.
Definitely so.
You know, my brother, I listen to you on a daily basis, and the one thing I come back with is there's a failure of our institutions, the failure for where checks and balances should be. There's nobody there. There's nobody there with responsibility, nobody there with a commitment to the country, and the country is just running with like a runaway train. And the prime minister, his cabinet ministers, his friends and his allies are just reaping the country left, right, and center. And until we can start calling out these institutions and the people in charge of institutions. And I remember I came on to you and I told the president of BOJ, watch him. Because I remember when he came out, when Andrew Onis and his cabinet ministers and MPs were taking 300% raise, retroactive for 3 years, and then civil servants wanted a raise. He turned around and tell the country they can't get a raise, got to go bankrupt the country. Now, that is a man that you have to watch out for.
Exactly.
Watch out for that man. He's touched. I'm telling you, he's touched.
All
He's
right.
compromised. The president of BOJ must be compromised because these kind of money, Mystic, and I'm going to say it again, can't move through the country without somebody knowing and somebody seeing it.
Exactly. You're right.
The central bank cannot.
You're correct.
It's impossible. So
All
I
right.
want to ask, where is the central bank in all of this? Where is the courts in all of this?
Just I don't know.
Where's the
Just correct.
regulatory bodies in all of this? Where the institution with checks and balances? Who are running these institutions? And not only did Andrew Onis successfully dumb down the country for low expectations of governance, I understand what he did, he came in and he just dumbed down the expectations of the country. But to make that even more complex, he's also, like you said, fill all the institution with his cronies. If you look in every institution, it's an Andrew Warner's crony.
Crony capitalism. That's what
and
it is.
Recycle these people right through and through. That is why our young men and young women can't move up, can't get jobs, and have to go to call center because the prime minister recirculate the criminals them right through all the institutions. So there's no growth for the country, no growth for the youth. And it's a cycle, a continual cycle for 10 years. Do you know the impact of that for 10 years? The impact is where Jamaica is today.
Exactly. All right, Carla.
That is the impact.
All right, man, we're going to run now. Blessings. All right, let us touch some things in local government as it relates to the press conference. And we have Sister Daisy speak on that after this little clip of the press conference to show you that, what is his name? Deadman Mackenzie. Right, it's damaging local government. Right. Yes, Carla, you're on Mystic Sensation Live. Please go ahead.
Hello, good night.
Yes, good night.
Mystic?
Yes, Carla, go ahead.
Yeah, Mystic, I just hear the caller here.
Yes.
And I'm looking at the chat line and so. Is Jamaica a bank, a governor at the bank?
Yes, we do.
No, a couple months ago, I saw that guy resign. What name?
One name again. Hold on, let me just get it.
Richard Biles. Richard Biles, his tenure is up, I think they have not found a new Bank of Jamaica governor, Mystic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I don't know
he was supposed to. Yeah, because he reached. I think he reached the end of his tenure. He's going to reach his. He has reached it already, or he's going to reach it.
I think he's going to reach it between now and the end of August, somewhere thereabout. But it's 7 years, and he's in the 7th year.
Biles will be out, so so let us have him there for now, right? But he will be out shortly.
I've called you before already. We get my voice, right?
Yes.
And that money laundering thing, it comes back now. Money laundering is there. The IC.
Yes.
They are factual in their investigation. They are very, very factual.
Yes, of course.
I rate them. I rate them 100%.
Thank you.
Understand?
Yes.
So, is there a law in money laundering in Jamaica? I don't understand.
Yes, man. Of course, we have money laundering. As a matter of fact, since we can search for it and put it up for you, we have Jamaica money laundering law. But the thing is, Carla, right? There's a screech coming in your background. Do you have something turned on? Because it's giving us a feedback here in the studio.
No, I don't have nothing turned on.
Okay, so yes, we do have money laundering laws here, right? But it is not about laws, right? It is the enforcement. We don't have a law problem in terms of passing laws, and we have laws for everything that you can think of. Enforcement is a problem.
When we were discussing Angel Weekly thing, I told you that the DPP is not going to take it up. Didn't I say that?
Yes.
Remember the
Yes. Yes.
And you were saying to me that the DPP is going to take it up. But they're not.
So I mean, it's so disappointing. Because
very disappointed.
I mean, I don't know.
Must be a gap, right? Because not one of them over there trying to answer Prime Minister is very dishonest.
Then look here, Carla.
Not one of them.
Carla, when Andrew Ones, as it relates to his 2021 statutory declaration, when he was telling the Integrity Commission that his total assets, income, and liabilities, you understand, was $200 million. The very same time he was telling the Integrity Commission that, you know, the investigation has show you say he have $470 million in a NCD, you know.
Yeah. I saw it. The Gleaner was the one who published
So then,
everything and it was there.
okay. So let us ask this. You don't think the Commissioner of Police see the very same thing what you and I see?
I don't know if you understand. Because I understand money laundering. And just a while ago, you illustrated one with that graph there.
Yes.
Vivid in front of our face. I mean, nothing. It's as crystal clear.
Come on.
That's money laundering in Jamaica with that graph that you just
displayed here. Yeah.
Billions in days.
Billions in days.
Which company?
Which company? Billion. $10.8 billion in within 7 days.
Billions. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I'm saying, I nobody see that.
It's crazy.
Not crazy, it's really crazy.
Right.
I have done wait name there, money crime in
yes.
in the US, you know? And I'm seeing it vivid. I mean, Andrew, from his first investigation, 28 bank account. No man have 28 bank account and they're not doing laundering. Andrew stupid it up. And you don't know how to move money, you know?
No. And that's why he leaves so much trail. So much trail he left.
He's a walking criminal.
Walking criminal.
He's a walking criminal. You know?
So many traces he has left. Right? And so then it is clear, and that is one of the reasons why Fid, all right, Fid is trying to help him, you know, but him embarrass Fid. Fid can't come out and help him because it's too clear.
Ratigan said something a couple months ago, and he was talking about corruption.
Yes.
When somebody getting corrupt and them just feed themselves, you know, feed themselves. And you feed yourself. You're getting so corrupted that you just can't stop. You can't stop.
Well, you what happened now? Well, him start to do it with some sense of.
It can't move the money, so bring in those guys now, the Indian guys.
Yes.
To move it for him. People checking up for them. Don't know money leave trail. You know?
Hey, look here. Carla, one thing I am saying, you know. Let me say this. Because we know that Donald Trump is about to lose the election in November. And trust me, I can just imagine that, I mean, with the PNP in power, I mean, no full cleaning up. You see why them try, them endeavor best, right? To hold on to power. Because this level of corruption, they have to pay for it.
Damian is so stupid that he just, the comrades them turn them back from Damian. He's popular, right?
Yeah.
Mark Golden is there.
Yeah, that is a sad story that I don't want to even go down that road. Carl. So we could just switch that conversation. I don't even want to even talk about it. Right? I could just leave it there. All right. But you know the thing said, Carl. We are look on the big criminal Lucian Savadia. You understand? He owns nothing. He owns nothing. It's Andrew Wallace. It's Andrew Wallace. Right?
The FID not finishing the investigation, they hold it up to a time, you know? Because I put him friend there.
Yes.
Because they're not even saying nothing about that. Nothing.
But look, all right. What happened to rural Reed case?
Nothing about
We're not hearing anything. right?
The SSL case, they arrested them.
The SSL case. Not hearing it. So hold on. What they are going, they can't hold out forever, you know. They can't hold out forever. Something have to give.
They arrest them and they don't say nothing else. They say a couple months time they're going to say, I don't hear nothing yet. See that?
All right. Carla, let me run left you, you know, because time ago.
Yeah.
So bless up yourself. All right. Blessings. All right. Yes, we could just touch the local government. You understand? As it relates to how the Jamaica Labour Party, you understand, damaging local government, right? Because they rob up the money. Let us hear this, Jamaica.
Municipal corporations cannot simply access these resources. When emergencies arise or when urgent infrastructure needs repairs and becomes necessary, they have to apply to the minister. This means local authorities cannot respond with speed and flexibility that their community needs. When drains collapse, when retaining walls fail, when roads are impassable, when heavy rains wash away infrastructure, municipal corporations cannot simply just act. They must first seek approval. This is not decentralization. This is central control. And while bureaucratic processes delay action, our citizens continue to suffer. This is political propaganda at a time when Jamaica should be fully focused on hurricane preparedness and the protection of our people. One of the most important responsibilities of the municipal corporation during this period is cleaning drains, clearing gullies, maintaining waterways, and ensuring that communities are protected from flooding. These are not optional activities. They are essential public safety measures. Yet municipal corporations are expected to perform these critical functions with resources that are plainly inadequate. The consequences are obvious. Deferred maintenance, deteriorating infrastructure, growing public frustration, and increased vulnerability during severe weather events. This reality has also become even more serious following the devastation experienced in several parishes during the Hurricane Melissa. Many communities are still recovering. Roads have been damaged, and for many parishes, all they received was $250,000 in food packages. Minister Mackenzie announced in his sectoral presentation $300,000 to each council division to assist with drain cleaning in preparation for the hurricane season. Some municipalities are still awaiting those funds. Yet instead of recognizing these extraordinary challenges, the government has chosen to blame councillors. It is disrespectful to the councillors on both sides of the political aisle, who work every day with woefully inadequate resources under extremely difficult circumstances. Our councillors deserve our support, not our condemnation. Despite limited budgets, aging infrastructure, demands from residents, and rising costs, many serve their communities with commitment and determination and go beyond the call of duty.
So, Sister Maria, I want you to put things in context for us, but let me just set the background in terms of where I want you to travel. We are now in the hurricane season. Hurricane season is upon us. People who had suffered Melissa, right? More than said 60% of them had gained no access. I want to know, Sister Maria, what lesson have we learned from Hurricane Beryl, where some of the monies that collected from Hurricane Beryl has not been used by this Andrew Holness government. He sat on it. And now you are hearing that, right, the remaining of the $1.4 billion, right, seems to now have stolen, put it that way. But when you look and see how the Andrew owners, after the experience of Beryl, Melissa, in your eyes, what are the efforts that you have seen where the Andrew owners led administration is taking consideration, right, to make us becomes more resilient, knowing to the graphic hurricanes that we have as it relates to a category 5? Have you seen any effort moving towards, right, making Jamaica resilient in terms of cleaning bridges, you know, and do the necessary things? I mean, building what we call establish, right, shelters, hurricane shelters. No effort any at all. Then how does we would have it that the government care? What do you see in all of this, Sister Maria?
Nothing. The government has not shown any capacity to care for the people of Jamaica, all right? And it leads me to ask the question, why does the Prime Minister and his administration hate the Jamaican people so much that they are not doing anything to help them recover from Beryl and then Melissa? And you said that some of the monies from Beryl wasn't spent. The monies collected for Beryl during Beryl for the persons who are affected by Beryl have not been touched, have not been spent. There's nothing about disbursement of those funds. And then you add those persons who suffered under Beryl, who were just wiped out by Melissa, and still Melissa donation and nothing done for them. He said that they were going to buy 5,000 modular homes to give. To this date, he has not handed out any. They said 900 is on the island. We have not seen one, because this is a man who there's no camera that he doesn't like. And everything is a picture for him. And there's another thing too, where it is being said that the indigent homes that are being given out, there's a plaque placed on those homes coming from the Prime Minister of Jamaica. And I'd love for those persons who are in indigent homes to take off those plaques, because they're not those homes were not given to you by Andrew Holness. They were given to you by the people of Jamaica. It's taxpayers' money.
Sister Maria, let me ask you something. Is it the same Andrew Holness said it doesn't look good to see persons giving out food to donors and people together? Now the same Andrew Holness said that.
Same.
So now he's giving out everything, and he's putting, you understand, his plaque and the Almighty God.
Which is basically branding them, so everybody knows that they got indigent housing. That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful to the people, and it's dehumanizing. It's degrading. When he was living in his 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, did anybody put a plaque on his house? I mean, it is hard to believe that this is somebody who said he came from humble beginnings. It is truly hard to believe that, because some of the things that the things that he has been doing so far is disrespectful of the Jamaican people. It is degrading of them. It is dehumanizing. And all he's doing is disenfranchising them, because when you look at what is happening in St. Thomas with the land issue, he's just disenfranchising them. All right, he's bulldozing concrete structures instead of regularizing those people. He's making homeless people of them. Where are those people supposed to go with their children? Okay, and this is a man who said that every youth must have their mansion. So he's the only one with a mansion, and they don't even have a 2x4 to call home. And when you look at what is happening in the West, he especially has a serious hatred for the persons in the West who did not vote for him. And they have politicized giving aid to persons who are in need, because candidates who ran in the elections, the 2025 September 3 elections, are treated better than the members of parliament. Because I saw Ian Hale sitting down, lamenting, looking at things that come from the Ministry of Labor and Social Security being given out by a candidate who ran against him in that election. And you see all of this all over the place. And you see members of parliament getting up and begging the government for some form of assistance. And nothing. I heard Mayor Swaby earlier in the press conference talk about the amount of money debt that Delroy Williams left him with. And the thing is, why has he not been held accountable for these kinds of things? As a matter of fact, they used to call it, one of the reasons they were so sad to lose the Kingston Municipal Corporation, because it was their feeding trough. And he was facilitating the hogs that fed at that trough. And nothing was done to aid the people. And as soon as Mayor Swaby came into office and used what resources was available to him, people started to see a change in the atmosphere. Higglers, vendors in the market used to ask the question. They didn't know that the market could be cleaned up, because I saw videos where people were selling vegetables and the sewer water was running right beside the vegetables. And it was acceptable under Delroy Williams as mayor regime. And Desmond McKenzie is the Minister of Local Government, and have sewage water running through the markets downtown Kingston and nothing happening. It's a disgrace. Desmond McKenzie should not be in the parliament, but he's sitting there. The man is a waste man, just sitting there and taking up space. These career politicians, whose constituencies do not look any better than when they got them, should be fired.
Okay.
Should be fired. West Kingston has been a JLP constituency for 70 years. Mm-hmm. What is the condition of that constituency? Right? When you look at the education system. So, the press conference today was an eye-opener. And it's a government that doesn't care. Baron, they do not care, and the government does not care, because the persons with the power who can hold them accountable are reaching for the lowest hanging fruit. All right? They are reaching for shiny objects, making mountains out of molehills while the country is burning down. And we wonder why people don't trust them. That's the reason.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me just have Melting Pot listen to this and then respond to this. But before Melting Pot responds, let us play the clip that Melting Pot is going to respond to. So Melting Pot, it is really mind-boggling in terms of what Mayor Swaby say here, right? Let me just share the information with you.
That the Delroy Williams-led administration has left me with a big bill of over $200 million for retention. And he also must be aware that they have left me with a similar bill for general bills of over $200 million going back as far as 2021. These are some of the questions that I want to ask him. I am prepared to work with anybody, any organization in the interest of the people of Jamaica. Because not about us, it's about the people who we serve. Thank you very much.
So, Melting Pot, let me
isn't he aware?
Based on this, right? We know that Hurricane Melissa devastated Jamaica. But we have seen now the Minister of Labour, Desmond McKenzie, and including the Prime Minister and the Minister of Finance, right, would have signed off on certain things.
No, his local government, Baron, not Labour, local government.
Yeah, local government. Sorry, local government. Thank you, Sister Maria. But there is nothing going on with local government, right? No poor road conditions, right? Because the local government responsible to fix all roads, right? No bridges, right? And so forth. What have they learned as it relates to Melissa and so forth and so forth? Are they moving in a way to say that, okay, if we have another an next hurricane, right, which we anticipate that will happen because we are in a hurricane belt, right? Andrew Holness administration is not doing nothing at all, nothing whatsoever. He cares ilch, nothing. Zilch, nothing. What sort of government is this? What sort of government is this, Melting Pot? Talk to us.
Rogue government, as usual, because here it is. You know, no preparation has been, been undertaken over the past several months in preparation for the upcoming hurricane season. So when you look at the infrastructure, they remain the same. And so my, idea is that the people need to take to the street because the people are the one who will suffer when the hurricane season kick in, So they must demand that the local government get to work and start to do what is necessary to curtail flooding and these type of events as it relates to the hurricane season that is around the corner. Jamaica will get heavy rain fall from the period that will be, in season. Now, when we look at what is going on, you can see where because the People's National Party has more of the municipal council, it seems like central government, which is the Jamaica Labour Party, is suffocating the life out of the local government. And that is why you can say, as it stated on the caption there, 400 million deficit down at KSMAC that the Jamaica Labour Party had left the People's National Party, who is now in charge of the council, to pick up the slack. But that 400 million must be investigated, We know all about the concubine style of life that was going on down there and how money was being splashed buying car and all type of thing and looking after several baby mother and several concubine and all the bang around that goes on. So I know for a fact that Federer must be held accountable, Delroy Williams must be held accountable. But we are failing institution, as the earlier caller said. Because it's not like they don't recognize what has taken place. It's not like they don't hear or they don't see. They are just a part of all this conglomerate who will always facilitate whatever the GLP done wrong. Because how it is that 400 million is there to be filled. And that 400 million by all recognition was already allocated, but not being used for its intended purpose, used for something else. And I mean, it go all the way back from 2021. So serious problem, But Jamaica people, when it come on to infrastructure, as citizens of all the communities that are prone to these type of, very heart-rending disaster. You need to take to the street and demand action. You can't wait until the rainy season depend you. Because as you see, this summer period done, which is just a couple of weeks away, then it's the rainy season kick in. So the work that need to be done has to start to take effect from now. It's late already, but it can, be beneficial to many if some work going. Gully, trench, culvert, and you name it, need to be looked at. And also the people them who are already out there suffering from the 28th of October last year, they need to get some immediate attention as to they can't be left alone outside in those temporary shelter with tarpaulin on top. Tarpaulin cannot withstand rain and breeze of the magnitude of whether a storm or a hurricane. So, you know, people have to start make some noise now because the money that Jamaica, you know. And if the criminal guy Andrew Holness did not want to rob all the money, he never need to create a Nara, you know. ADPEM that was there could have used the money and start to work for the people in life. What Andrew Holness do is slow up the process because he don't want to spend the money by creating Nara, which Nara couldn't get to work immediately because Nara have to go through all the rigmarole of a framework, then, you know, becomes a bill and then pass into law. Yeah? Now, why you slow the process? Where you know you have immediate work to do for repair back the people in life. So you continue with ADPEM using the same CEO that was there. Yeah? You don't need to change up and go for a guy from the army, like lunatic, and everything is just thrown into chaos and no checks and balance and no work, no get going, and the infrastructure remain the same practically like last year when Melissa come. And then to compound matters worse, yeah. Burial victim don't get no help, although and the money is there. So we have a serious issue with the government of the day.
All right, melting pot. Well, on the melting pot, I want to stop right there. So, in terms of how this government deal with PR and work PR conveniently, as you're talking about emergency, here it is that Andrew Holness created NARA and the some of the JLP MP, right, jumping around NARA to say that NARA is a savior. But at the same time, NARA is not doing anything. I want you to listen to this clip. Listen to this clip, right, to show you the hypocrisy in terms of what they are doing. And then there's no true help coming from the JLP administration. Listen to
Williams says NARA bill is an emergency like when God appeared on Mount Sinai with 10 commandments. What the hell?
What is contained in the bill, however, Madam Speaker, is it, and we're dealing with an emergency. We are dealing with, maybe this may not be a good example, but when you contemplate, why did God have to appear on Mount Sinai? You learn. Why did God have to appear on Mount Sinai with the 10 Commandments?
No, you see how they take the people's lives of Jamaica for gimmickry and joke, and fat, and this is just them laughing at the Jamaican people, you know.
Yes.
Covering them. The theatrics that being performed here. You understand? The hypocrite of this criminal, you know. This criminal and here. Just listen to him to show you how they undermine us and believe that the Jamaican people is so naive. Listen to this, man.
With the 10 Commandments. I've always contemplated it, Madam Speaker. Yes. And you know the reason? The children of Israel had gone so far. And in my belief, God couldn't get their attention unless there was a shock introduced into the system. So the 10 Commandments on Mount Sinai was God saying, getting the attention of the children of Israel. It's an emergency measure to get their attention. No, come here now. This is an emergency. This is a special situation in our country. It requires special measures. It requires emergency measures, and it requires a special approach.
So this is it now.
Garbage.
So hold on.
Nah, thinking dirty feather, man.
I'm going to finish up melting pot. This is it now. That as according to him, NARA created, you understand, as an emergency measures to help the people who have been suffering. To help the people who have been suffering. Jamaica, watch out. 9 months gone. And NARA can't deliver. No, 9 months gone.
Byron, stick up in Byron. Stick up in Byron. NARA is now the law. First of all, he's likening Andrew Wallace to God, which is blasphemous. All right? And because Jamaica is a religious society, he's playing on that. It's blasphemous. And NARA is not the 10 Commandments. NARA is a bill that has legislated corruption into law. All right, because there's no real-time audit that will be done of money spent and whether or not there's value for money. He can do, Andrew Wallace can do all the pet projects that he wants and build all the monuments he wants to himself, because that is what NARA will allow him to do. There's nothing in this NARA bill that addresses the needs of the people in Western Jamaica right as we speak. And on top of that, NARA will not do anything before the end of the year because they are building out their offices. If it was an emergency, like you said, which it was an emergency, and if they treated it as an emergency, they would have used the UDC, which is capable of building out, doing construction work. They'd have used the NHT, which is capable of building out homes. They would have used ODPEM, which have this, keep the staff there, which have the skill set to do what is necessary in an emergency.
And
but Andrew Wallace insulted the people and ran them away.
Well, and Sister Maria, and what happened to the container homes that have been promised?
But Byron, the container homes he said they were going to use NHG money to buy 5,000 container homes, and they were getting some from China. They said they only have 900. He said 5,000. 9 months on, and the people have still not gotten one house from him. But here's the thing. What Andrew Wallace is doing, everything has to fit into, people have to suffer to fit into Andrew Wallace's schedule. Because from what I understand, even if he's giving out an indigent house and the person needs to live in there, people have had to come out of house because Andrew didn't show up to cut one striking ribbon. The man is a narcissist. He's sick. He's not considerate of the people that voted him in, but in the people who voted him into office that he has any respect for. He has zero respect for the Jamaican people, and they're walking hours at about 1 p.m. They're stupid and the reason he can treat them that way, because they have allowed themselves to be treated like crap when they sell their votes for $5,000 on a 2-piece KFC. They don't have to do anything. Just give them that. And then people look at them and call them the most honorable. As Mark Twain says, only a politician can lie and steal and still be called most honorable. So NARA is not a saving grace. NARA is not the 10 Commandments, and Andrew Wallace is not God. That is blasphemous.
Let us listen to him and let Melting Pot close us out with this. This is madness. Listen.
There's not one of us here in this parliament believe that the regular course or processes can address the reconstruction of this country.
Don't move from this, Byron.
All of us
stick one thing. He's lying. How did Darrell Vaz get $1.4 billion to go and buy bus? If the procurement procedure was so, the red tape, the bureaucracy was so overwhelming and so stringent that nothing can be done without NARA. Yet Darrell Vaz got $1.4 billion to buy buses, which he's yet to show the receipts for and all the 110 buses.
But also, Maria, the Auditor General is showing you that Andrew Wallace's way of doing things, right, is through the process of emergency procurement. Over 2,000 odd emergency procurement that Andrew Wallace had used conveniently. Let me just have this just play out and then
that we need, in order to get the efficiency going, in order to get the reconstruction going, we need enhanced efficiencies, and we need quick responses. We need to get things through the processes faster.
Quick responses conveniently. When time you don't want money for rob, as it relates to what Sister Maria is saying, you understand? When you use emergency procurement and direct contracting without any form of bidding done. We know I've done that. You understand? But to help the people, right? We come up with a Nancy story. Let me just take this away, right? And go to Brother Melting Pot. Brother Melting Pot, close us out, please. Pot.
Sleeping. You met me I'm tired.
Close us out.
You tired. Yeah, but this is rubbish. This is they are not there's no efficiency coming from NARA. And you know something? History will not be kind to this Andrew Holness-led administration. History will not be kind to this Andrew Holness-led administration because there are going to be persons asking, why did Jamaicans sit down and allow this government to run roughshod around the people and allow this kind of corruption to take place? The corruption is blatant, in your face. They're not hiding it. Why did they sit down and allow this to happen? And it's a question I have for JFJ and Dion Jackson and all those persons, and when named Jermaine Barrett and all those persons who came out about rubbish. What have you to say about Rose's voice note talking about Donovan Williams and the shenanigans down in that constituency? All right? What have you to say about this? Because the people are still sleeping under tarpaulin. When it wake up to rain, these people start to fret because guess what? Everything they have is going to get wet again. And the Prime Minister is there sitting down. Beryl money is not spent and Melissa money is sitting there. And he's talking about people must think. And this is why people said, do not give the government any monies. He has proven everybody right. He has proven it. So he has not done any favors. And what Delroy Williams got up in the parliament and said, when he, people are real, Jamaicans are really, have lost their doggone minds. Because to vote Delroy Williams into the parliament as member of parliament, you have got to be batshit crazy. Because all he was doing at the mayor's office was being a community bull. That's all. Didn't care about the people. What did he do to make downtown Kingston better, to make the municipality better? Nothing. And he has been elevated to talk rubbish in the parliament. So you know what? They elect a monkey, they should expect the circus.
Speak to us, and then we close out. Yes.
Quite a bit,
Thank you.
But I just want to say, I hear a gentleman talking about the 10 Commandments, but him not read good.
Thou shalt not steal.
Thou shalt not steal.
Thou shalt not steal, yes. Yes, God, it's not funny. Yeah.
You might try to invent something to cover up them corruption. These men to go to prison and lock up for 100 years.
There's no joke, No joke.
You understand? These they collab with each other to come to
Seems like a Wi-Fi going out and coming in, chipping out, in and out. Right? I mean, look, they created NARA, talking about emergency. NARA is only a blanket, and I keep on telling people that NARA is only a blanket to cover up them crime. Right?
But Byron, they're going to NARA, you think they were stealing money? When they're finished stealing the borrowed, it's borrowed money now, make no mistake, this is borrowed money now. When they're finished taking and siphoning off money, do you remember when Anne-Marie Vaz was laying carpet down in East Portland?
Yes.
And then a shower of rain was washed away. First of all, you have to mill and pave a road. When you mill the road, it has to be left there for a few days, and then they go back and they pave, and it is left there for a few days before they mark the road. She was out there with a few young men who don't know what they are doing. So no wonder infrastructure is not done properly, and people are washing away because nothing is being done properly. And they're hiding behind, we need to do things efficiently, and this is an emergency. It was an emergency, but if you treated it as an emergency, you would not have come with a bill that has really ring-fenced corruption and legislated it. That's all they have done.
Exactly. All right, Carla. We are not hearing you,
Yeah,
Yes.
They're just corrupt and heartless.
All,
That's the truth.
all right, my brother.
Have a good
Blessings.
enjoy, sure.
Blessings.
Yeah, man.
All right. Yes, I'm ready. Talk to me. Talk to me. This is something I go on bad tonight, though.
Platform is when we see circles, we have to laugh because it's a most
Living circus.
But then we have get up in the people in parliament attack. We must say.
No, man, I him, man. You're a criminal. All right. Crazy.
Them people have a heart. You can wicked, so.
Trust me.
You are no evil. You know that remind me of. This is not first-hand story. My brother tell me about it.
Yes.
My grandfather, I beat a man, I kill him. I killed him, man. I beat him, I don't know. But I him a ball of murder.
Yes. Yeah, man. Andrew was with you. Andrew was administration. Wicked.
If we can, so people don't have a
Well, I mean, look.
People in our parliament are beat desk with that man, I say.
But we have a God up above, and I'm telling you that he's not going to get away with his corruption. And that is just plain and simple. He's not going to get away with it. And even there's no one in the criminal justice system can really help him. FIT can't help him because you have seen FIT stand. Up until this point, FIT cannot come out and vindicate the Prime Minister. They can't. You understand? Because it's just too overwhelming. They just honestly can't.
Oh boy.
So I mean,
we say you can never sit for a second and hear a corruption about the money.
I tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
corruption central.
If you count up from the statutory declaration supposed to come out,
and
the IC put out the report, or even before that,
yes,
every other day is a new something.
All right. All right.
I know people understand what I'm going.
Well, we can't hold
them accountable for one issue.
Yeah. All right. Me not go really burn too long because Sister Maria want to go to bed too, and we don't want really stretch out Sister Maria anymore. All right, blessings.
All right, blessings, my brother.
Sister Maria. Any closing word?
Jamaicans need to wake up. We cannot continue like this because if they don't, it's going to be worse than Haiti.
All right. So that is it. Sister Maria, I want to say big thanks to make it Mystic Sensation as usual.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
So
yeah. Blessings and have a good night. And Marie, have a good night, Baron, and to everybody in the chat, have a restful night. Yes.
Yeah. Yes, caller, you're on Mystic Sensation Live. The last call for the night. Go ahead.
Have a call real quick.
Yeah, man. Talk to me.
Blessings, brother.
Blessings.
I answer a question.
Yes.
Just a quick question.
Yeah, cool. Go ahead.
I know you're an investigator.
Yes.
Right. And I just want to ask you a question. Just put yourself in the mindset of an Andrew Holness for 1 second.
Yeah.
I know you're at the end of the program, but I just wanted to put this out there to your listeners so they see the point of view where I'm coming from, that I've been seeing the whole night.
Yes.
So I meant to ask Mr. Hyman the question on Portland Spice TV, but I never got through.
Yes.
But I want to ask you, so if you were an Andrew Holness and you had the power that he has in control, being that he has the power of the commission, the commissioner, the police commissioner,
yes,
the DPP, right?
Yes.
The Governor General. People, let me say this one more time. The DPP, the police commissioner, and the Governor General, not the Auditor General. He doesn't have that under control.
That's what he's trying to control. But if you had these three powers, right?
Yes.
And you're the prime minister of Jamaica, and you're into corruption, and you know they're on your tail, what will be your move, your next move? Because the reason why, wait, before you answer that, Sir Byron, I'm not trying to put you in the mind of a criminal, but
no, I understand where you're going.
The reason why I'm trying to ask you this question, no disrespect, I just want to know your insight, because I know you're an investigator and you have to look on both sides of the coin. This is the reason why I'm asking you this.
Okay, you want me to respond?
Yes, sir.
All right. And I am putting myself in Andrew Warner's shoes. If I am in this predicament, I would utilize as much delay tactics, which obviously that's what he's doing, right? And again, to the fact that I know that because this has to injure the United States as it relates to Donald Trump administration as well, right? And so then this is the situation that Andrew Warnes also has to ensure that he goes parallel with Andrew Warnes at all times. He cannot, because Donald Trump is a protection system for him, right? Because there's no way that Donald Trump, you understand, will pursue Andrew Warnes. No way. He's not going to do it, right? Because of Andrew Warnes is a capitalist, you understand, and they defend capitalism. And so then what Andrew Warnes has done now, drum up the negative, right, situation as it relates to democratic socialism, make it now again becomes a focus of crushing it, just like what they had done with to Michael Manley. So if I am, Andrew Warnes, as much delayed tactics that I can put out, and I would always try to ensure that I stayed in power. Because if I don't stay in power, it can be critical to me. So my focus, you understand, is to work with by any means necessary. But again, I don't want to be giving certain information that again it can use.
Yeah, I was gonna stop you.
So I have to limit certain things.
Yeah, limit that. One more question though that I have to put inside of what your answer was. Listen, if you had the option and the power to fly below Donald Trump, you hear my question?
Yes.
If you had the option to fly below Donald Trump, would you take it or would you not? If you were Andrew Holness,
I wouldn't.
What you just told me.
I wouldn't.
You would not?
No.
Why not?
Let me tell you why. Donald Trump is someone who doesn't stick to normal protocols. That is not Donald Trump. Donald Trump operates, you understand, like a real criminal. Donald Trump is someone who, again, you understand, can change at any minute. And so then you don't want to interrupt, you understand, someone like Donald Trump who can definitely, you understand, move aggressive. And let me give you a perfect example. When it comes to the TCN thing with Panama, and the Panamanian president tried to push back at Donald Trump, you realize the next thing what Donald Trump told him? Donald Trump said, well, we're going to take the Panamanian canal from you.
Yeah, he's going to take it away. Yeah.
He's going to take it away. Now, because Andrew Warnes is in a predicament as it relates to breaching the Swiss system, the corruption, the money laundering, Donald Trump will wipe him in less than a second. You don't want to look, and that is one of the reasons why you're putting me into a position shot I don't even want to even, you understand, lament on it. Because
you take a stab at this, Byron. Don't let the caller hang up. I'd like to take a stab at his question.
Hold on, caller. Mario want to take a peek at your question too.
Go ahead.
Yes, Mario.
Okay. let's reel it back in, or I'll keep it local, because the forces that are local are more important and more powerful than the forces that are external, because it's the people of Jamaica that have the power to really stick the fork in Andrew and say, you're done. They have that power. But here's the thing, he's asked the question, if having all those people around him, the Governor General, DPP, police, all of those people around him, what would he do? First of all, if I was Andrew Onis, I would not be that corrupt. Because as a leader, my duty would be to think about what is the best thing I can do to better the lives of the people, not myself.
Maria, I think the question that he's asking, that you have to take everything in consideration, knowing to the fact that he's corrupt state. So
couldn't be corrupt. No.
Hold on. He's not asking, hold on, Maria, hold on. The caller is not asking you to be Maria. He's not. All right.
I understand that. I understand that. But here's the thing.
Hold on, Maria. Hold on. For me, right, if I am to think like you, right, there's no way I would be in Andrew Onis' shoes, because there's no way, you understand, I'm going to do what Andrew Onis had done. But that is not the question that he's asking. He's asking you to put on. But here's the thing, Baron. It is justifying Andrew Onis' corrupt nature right now. So you have to put it back. Wait, what I'm saying. You have to put it back on Andrew. No, sister. And here the caller is saying, no, that is not, no, caller.
Well, it's not possible. I couldn't do that.
He's asking you, as corrupt as Andrew is in this present state.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's relating to his corruption right now. Not to say that would he be corrupt when he gets in power. When he's talking about the current corruption right now. Now that he has the
that's a difficult one.
Whatever. What would you do?
Yeah, so
that's very difficult. Right. That's extremely difficult.
No, but Sister Maria, what he's asking, he's asking you for your flexibility. He's asking you for you to put yourself in Andrew's shoes as it is presently, as it is. You understand? He's not asking you. You understand? To shape
I know he's not talking to me as a person. I know he's not talking to me as a person.
So you
but just the mere. Yes, I know that.
Under no circumstances that you and I would have done what Andrew. We love our people too much. You understand? So there's no way we could be like Andrew Onis.
It is challenging.
He's asking you. You understand? To put yourself in his shoes.
It is a challenging one. That is a shoes no one should want. That is challenging. That is very challenging, Byron. No, that is a challenging one. You would have to be dead inside.
Right. But
the man is
Carla, right. Let me say this, because really and truly, while I understand what you are coming at, you understand, you see Andrew Onis' shoes. Right?
Nobody should want that.
You understand? But we are just answering you the way you shape the question. And I get it. Okay, so the answers that we provide you. What you say about the answers?
So my thing is, okay, you have that the certain amount of power that you have.
Yes.
All right. Now, and you basically have to answer to the boss.
Yes.
And if the boss gave you the okay, which you just gave me the acknowledgement to, the boss gave you the okay to do. You understand? You know, basically you're under certain stipulations, but the boss gave you the okay to do what you want to do.
Yes.
Right? So, hence my question to the reason and to the point where I'm saying, Andrew Onis is doing what he wants to do.
Exactly.
The people allow him to do that. The people allow him to do that.
Got the okay from the boss. Am I wrong? Am I right?
All right, but let us shape it. I understand where you're going, but let us shape it the other way, as it relates to what Maria is saying, right? Andrew Onis' power is limited to what the people allow him to do.
100%.
And let me say this. If Jamaicans get up today and galvanize and come together, Andrew Holness has to go. And let me give you a perfect example. If you go back to the Philippines, as it relates to what happened into the Philippines when the Philippine Prime Minister robbed up, you understand, the hurricane money, right? The people went out and galvanized, and he has to go. Because the people power is the greatest power, and not even Donald Trump, you understand, can affect the people's power. But the people have to realize how powerful, because guess what? If the majority in Jamaica get up and go against Andrew Holness, Donald Trump can't save him. Can't. If the people get up and go against Andrew Holness, there's no Donald Trump, there's nobody can save him, because it is people power that get him out. So Donald Trump can say, okay, all right, I'm going to discipline that blah blah blah, or he can't, because the people speak. And that is one of the reasons why we are saying to the Jamaican people to get up, stand up. Bob Marley said, get up, stand up for your right.
But Baron, remember, Andrew Holness's issues is not external forces, The external forces are not as powerful as the local forces.
Yes.
So it's the power within that is more dominant, and they have abdicated that their own responsibility to hold Andrew Holness accountable. So forget any outside forces. The people are the bosses.
Exactly.
They are the bosses. And Andrew Holness is answerable to them. You see, the day that they decide that enough of him and his administration, it has happened so many times.
What's your sister Maria? The people don't need a general election to get out Andrew.
No, they don't. No, they do not.
They don't. The people don't need to anticipate whether or not Donald Trump is going to lose the election.
It's not about external forces. Keep it local, Baron, because
listen to me. You have to come out.
Yes, it's not external forces. It's Baron. No external force.
You don't need no SATA. This or no SATA that. The people go against you. You're out. Done.
It's not external forces. It's the people who decide that enough is enough. It's not external forces. And that's why I say, the minute they decide that, listen to me, we're sick and tired of the corruption.
Yes.
You have to go. All the administration do something. He has to change course or get up and go. But they have decided that it is okay.
Exactly.
At all levels, media, private sector, civic society, they have all decided that Andrew Holness's behavior is acceptable. They have all decided that. Every last one. Jamaica for Justice, the media, PS, all of them. Every last one of them have decided that. So.
All right. Any last word, because I have to finish up now. Yes.
So, I know you have to close, but listen, let me say something. I just checked into, just the other night, I just wanted to check into a JLP radio station or YouTube channel, whatever.
Yes.
The things that they were saying about Mark Golden, it really hurt me.
Yes.
It really hurt me. It very much hurt me. And it goes to show me the literacy problem, or even the IQ issue that we have in Jamaica with our young folks.
Right? You put it right.
Right?
Yes.
It hurt me. It very much hurt me.
Yes.
Because they don't know the truth.
And that's why they manipulated. And this is how vicious Andrew Holness is. This is how vicious he is. Vicious
he controls the education.
All right. My brother. All right. My brother, we're going off it.
Can I ask one more question?
Yeah.
Can I ask one more question real quick?
Okay, go ahead.
Just one more
real quick.
I just want you to confirm for me.
Yes.
Does it take money? And I'm not talking about a little bit of money. Does it take a lot of money especially if you're doing money laundering and smurfing and pyramiding schemes and
Yes.
whatnot, does it take money to cover your digital footprint of a money trail? That's my question.
No.
That's my true question.
No.
That's easy.
No.
You can't cover your trail. That's easy.
Yeah, I am saying that from once money laundering, right? Because money laundering as it relates to the delay and scheming, it's easy. From once you follow the money, right? There is no way, right?
Yeah, but Mystic,
Yes.
if you connect the government with the money and the procurement,
Yes.
wouldn't it delay the process of you even being prosecuted? Wouldn't it delay you in years? If you're the government and you control this much power,
Yes.
wouldn't it delay?
Okay, all right.
Delay you so far out that you become 70-year-old and you're in diapers.
No. No.
No. All right, listen. Let me just respond to you. You have to. All right. We are going to talk about the worst case scenario here, in terms of said the criminal justice system fool them on and don't want to touch Andrew Holness. Right? You have to ask yourself the question that, okay, all right, if there was some things to vindicate Andrew Holness about, they would have vindicated Andrew Holness.
Yeah, but immediately vindication.
Exactly. To the fact that they can't, you know that it is very serious. For us to come, all right, let me show you something again. For us to be coming on social media and accuse the Prime Minister in the sense that, okay, all right, we are saying that the Prime Minister's statutory declaration cannot be certified, right? He cannot explain his wealth, right? Now, they put it over to the FID. And even now, FID, as an institution, he has his friend over FID, heading FID, and his friend cannot vindicate him. It goes to show you how terrible it is. So I am saying, Andrew Holness has to be careful in terms of playing his hands. Because this is how it goes against the grain now. And I am speaking, I want people to understand it now. I am speaking against the grain as it relates to the difficulty of the people to unite together to dash out Andrew Holness. If the people unite together, you understand, they can dash out Andrew Holness tomorrow morning. But put it, let us start the worst case scenario that the people, for some reason or the other, they are not uniting. Then you have other ways and means that if Donald Trump lose the election, right, you have Paul Buchanan's situation that can cause a ripple effect too, right? And, right, the general election coming, right, and Andrew Holness lose that. You understand? It is endgame for him, straight prison. Because guess what? Towards the administration that let him go will have to operate under a new political administration that is not going to accept that bullshit. And they would have to know response, you understand, accordingly. So then, number one, you'd have a different commissioner of police. Right? And number two, you understand, that investigation now is going to pursue now on the basis of merit. All right. Everything that I show as it relates to the Amber Group, you understand, and the billions of dollars, you understand, going into Amber. Right? You believe that the commissioner of police don't know about that?
Of course you know about it.
Okay, all right. When you look on Andrew Holness, $470 million running through NCB, and Andrew Holness, I tell you, the Integrity Commission investigator said him only have 200 million. You think the commissioner of police don't know about that?
No, about it, man, of course.
Okay, so then my question, because he's a political operative, you understand, he's not going to investigate him.
He's not, yeah.
All right. What Andrew Holness had done, you know, right? Any investigation, as a matter of fact, a lot of people don't know, the Jamaica Constabulary Force has the power to investigate anyone providing that a crime has committed. So the Jamaica Constabulary Force, you understand, can go and interrogate Andrew Holness. All right, let me ask you a question again. You have Patrick Bailey who committed, you have Patrick Bailey where him and Jermaine locked into a house. And the man found dead. You understand?
You're talking about
Broadback, right? Patrick Bailey knife is what done the murder? Junior. Yes. All right. Who interrogate him? Who interrogate Patrick? No, yes, no, just what I talk about. Call him, I have to run left here. We can't burn Maria.
All right, good night.
Bless up yourself, my brother.
All right, cool.
All right, Sister Maria, we are out. Blessings.
Yes, blessings every time. Yeah, man, cool. Yeah.
All right, cool. Yes, people, we are out. You understand? Safe travel on the gravel. Blessings. Love you all, my people. Blessings. See you on, of course, Thursday afternoon. We'll be tuning in with some more vibration from the Mystic Sensation. You know that. Bless up yourself.
10 years, you say. 10 long years and look how Jamaica stay. No light, no road, no food pan we plate. People are suffer while Andrew live great. You stand up on the platform, smile wide and proud. I tell we about prosperity, but we can't see it all now. Hurricane come through and left the people bare. 6 months later, them still out there, asleep under the air. Your GLP friends them build high rise, road still full of wood. I was pocket to a field while the nation lose its soul. Hospital overflow, picnic can't get bed. School roof a leak, but you and Juliet well fed. You always have excuse, always pass the blame. Every time something wrong, it never go in your name. Jamaica a drown and you claim you're unclean. Biggest actor in a politics we ever see. Wholeness, time to go. The people, we say no. 10 years and we can't take no more. You know hear us. We are not on the door. Wholeness, time to go. From Kingston to Negril, the people say so. We tired, we hungry, we done with the show. Wholeness, time to go. Farmer can't afford to plant food, price reach the sky. You bring in the poverty while your own people cry. We born ya, we grow ya, we bleed for this land. But Andrew at the top won't extend the man. You talk about vision, you talk about plan. But 10 years later, we still can't understand. Corruption report London, nobody charge. The people pocket small, but the scandal them large. Roads crack up parish council, bro. Country suffocating done and it just more. And when we raise revise so call we political. But the truth is the truth and the truth is biblical. Time to go. The people, them say no. We say no. 10 years and we can't take no more. You know hear us. We are not on the door. Time to go. From Kingston to Negril, the people say so. We tired, we hungry, we done with the show. Wholeness our time to go. We know want no hype, we know want no speech. We want action, no, not the lies you preach. Hurricane victims still under tarpaulin. Prime Minister fly gone foreign. Your JLP cabinet full, but the people COVID empty. Oh, you live so large when we live in so scanty. Not with fists, not with fire, but with voice. Them rising higher and higher. From every parish, every yard, every gate. Jamaica speaking and I know too late. Time to go. The people, we say no. 10 years and we can't take no more. You know hear us. We are not on the door. Time to go. From Kingston to Negril, the people say so. We tired, we hungry, we done with the show. Oh yes, our time to go. This one is for every Jamaican. Walk your 4 feet. We are sleep on cardboard. We are drive on broken road. The people don't forget. The people don't forgive. You know